Coming to get you, Barbara.
When there's no more room in hell.
And we are live just like that. Like I said, no big fancy intro video tonight. Like we were saying, just the way Russo would want it. No frills. Just get down to business. And tonight we're going to be watching a long lost John. I didn't even know this was a fucking thing until a few months back. And Larry messaged me and was like, "Hey, have you ever seen Midnight 2?" And I'm like, "They made that?" But yeah, I'll be damned. Midnight 2 from 1993, written and directed by John Russo. Looking forward to it. And of course, joining me to do this is the guy that I drag along with me anytime I want to watch some shitty Russo movies or whatever. Man himself, Mr. SynthAddict. What's going on, brother?
Hey, yeah, we're all gluttons for punishment, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing this alone, damn it. I'm not doing this alone.
And having grown up on Joe Bob Briggs, first his column, then his shows, and then his later iterations of stuff, and then also Mystery Science Theater 3000 and all the other stuff. I love bad movies. I mean,
I do too. You guys know I'm a
Yeah.
big Bruno Mattei fan.
Oh,
I'm a
one of
Russo
the worst.
fan. I'm a
Yeah.
John Russo fan. I don't care. His movies aren't like classics or anything. I'll give him that. But
Troll 2, whatever, you know. it's just-
oh yeah, dude. Troll
Fragasso.
2. Dude, Troll 2. Yeah, Claudio Fragasso. And when Fragasso and Mattei work together, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, world's exploding.
Yes.
But I grew up, I remember watching Troll 2 when I was like a little kid and being terrified of it. I thought it was the scariest fucking movie ever made. And then I watched it again when I got older. And I was just like, this is the worst movie ever, but it's so awesome and fun. And I had that like weird nostalgia for it that I had when I was a kid.
Well, as bad as Troll 1 was, it had decent moments. John Beekler did the effects, you know. It
Yeah.
had some cool animatronic stuff in there. Sonny Bono plays in it. He turns into a plant and they eat him, right? I mean,
That was Sonny Bono?
yes,
I had
Troll.
no idea. Wow.
Yeah,
I haven't watched that in years.
yeah. When I saw Troll 2, I'm like, all right, they're gonna rehash this. Oh, it's not even the same thing at all. Now it's goblins. They try to be clever by flipping the name. It's Nilbog instead of Goblin.
Oh yeah, yeah.
like,
That's
oh,
just
boy.
genius. That's genius writing there. That's Russo level writing.
Exactly.
Um,
And I
But
love
yeah.
when Joe D'Amato or Fragasso, any of those guys get interviewed about their bad movies. And they basically just say in Italian, vaffanculo, you know, go fuck yourself or fuck your ass, you know, because they know it's bad, but they don't want to admit it, you know. So-
yeah, it's so funny. Like when you hear Bruno Mattei talk about his films or any of those guys, like you said, Fragasso, any of those guys, it's like they take it so seriously. Like to them, they made real cinema, but you stupid Americans, you just don't get it. Like this is you know, Hell of a Living Dead is better than
they
Dawn
think
of the
they're
Dead. It's
Sergio
more
Leone,
realistic.
right? They ain't
Right,
no
yeah,
Sergio
yeah.
Leone. So,
No. But yeah, guys, if you want to watch along, this movie is actually on YouTube. Synth actually found it the other night. That's the version that I'll be watching. Like I said, I do have it on DVD, and I did notice that this version on the DVD is like 72 minutes long. The one on YouTube's like 66, 68 minutes or
really?
something like that. So it's a
Okay.
little shorter. So I don't know if they had to cut out some like nudity or something to get it on YouTube. I'm not sure. But I'm watching the YouTube version because that's the version you're watching. So we're, you know, synced up.
yeah.
And if we miss anything, I don't think we're gonna miss much. I'll just say that. But if you guys at home want to
Still
watch
be
along,
sleazy. Just don't worry. It's just,
yeah, yeah, and hey, if I'm determined, if I love this movie and I'm determined to go back and give the whole thing another rewatch, I'll just pop in this DVD and see what I missed. It's 72 minutes, and then there's also on this DVD, for any of you guys that are interested, a bonus 90-minute rough cut of this movie as well from
wow.
SRS Video on DVD. So just to incentivize anybody out there that's on the fence picking the sucker up. But
Emphasize the
we'll figure it out.
word rough.
Yeah. Well, if you see here on the back, I don't know if you can read that or not. It's a where is it at? There we go. If I can get it to focus. I don't think it's going to focus.
It's not, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's actually and a bonus 90-minute roughed cut. ROUGHT cut. Roughed
Well,
cut.
That's the hip hop version of rough cut. So,
The roughed cut. But anybody wants to watch along tonight with us, here's the link to the movie on YouTube. It's pinned here in the chat, so you can go ahead and do that. It's also in the description as well, so you can be able to find it and you can watch along with us. And let's see who we got in here already. Got a few people in here. I'm telling you, John Russo brings the crowd, man. He draws the crowd. But we got Rick, the North Going Llamas, in here. What's going on, brother? Joining us for the session of torture. Bonnie Bailey, as always. How you doing, Bonnie? Good to see you.
I mean, it's usually Russo's TNA stuff draws the crowd, I think. So we'll see what happens with this one.
Well, I don't like. This is a first watch for me. I've never seen this movie, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, Sex, Death, and Videotape, Midnight 2. I mean,
all I know is it was shot on video, and you know immediately, like, holy moly, what happened to the film budget? You know.
Oh, this movie, I looked it up. The budget on this thing's $10,000. So, John Russo, $10,000 budget, shot on video. Yeah, I'm down. Michelle Parsons, what's going on, Michelle? How are you? Just popping in to say hi. Come on, Michelle. You know you want to watch along with this. Like I said, the version we're watching on YouTube is only like 60 minutes long, so it's going to go by pretty fast, hopefully. But yeah, good to see you, Michelle. Yes, sir. Yep, we're getting ready to be Russo'd again.
Yeah.
Michelle singing probably better than being Eugene Clark'd. Yeah, Eugene Clark's been getting shout outs here lately. Some controversy on the Living Dead Weekend page. Somebody was posting about what a horrible time they had at the show last year and all this. And I think it was Jim Cirinella said, "Did you have any issues with any of the guests?" He was like, "No, the guests were cool, except for Eugene Clark. He was a little pushy, he was a little money hungry." And I'm like, yeah, that's what it is.
Well, I did have an altercation with him briefly. I mentioned that before, where I'm just walking around recording everything for posterity and also to rewatch because I'll forget everything. And I'm walking to, "Hey man, great makeup. You got the proper costume. That's awesome." At his table, and he goes, "Is that recording?" I said, "Would you like it not to be?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "All right then." And then I walked away because I don't want to talk to him on, just to chat with him.
I don't want to just talk to him.
Yeah, I'm documenting the event, and if he wants to talk on camera, great. Everyone else is cool about it.
I'm surprised he didn't ask. He didn't ask for money. He was like,
well,
for
I
my
think
likeness rights,
Yeah, if I had stayed, he probably would say, "Well, you give me some cash money, and I'm all set." I'm like, "Oh, we play that song then." So.
That's man. He needs to embrace that. He needs to embrace his music career. I think that's the next step for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody loves being a little Eugene Clark'd a little bit there. We got Ed Trader Music and Entertainment. What's going on, man? Even bad movies had people that work their asses off to make the movies. That's true. I mean, I will say, and I know this is going to drive Vulo crazy. John, he's probably gonna roll his eyes if he's listening. But I swear, man, John Russo. Say what you want about the quality of his work. At least, like, the man gets the shit done. Like, he, $10,000 budget. All right, I'm gonna make a movie with this video camera, and we're gonna make a movie, and he's gonna get it done.
There is a script. There's beginning, middle, and end. He's got that.
That's right.
So.
He does more. He does more than what most people can do. He does more. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, he's gonna get it fucking made. And I think that's a big part of his contribution to Night of the Living Dead. And I mean, we can talk about this as the movie goes on, but just like his, I don't know, his affinity for exploitation and just kind of going for the lowest common denominator of tits and ass and over the top gore and putting that above everything. I think that kind of was a driving force of why they made Night of the Living Dead, as opposed to something that George would have wanted to make at the time, something like Wine of the Fawn, which was George's original plan. But I'm sure Russo was like, "Hey, let's make an exploitation picture. Those are easier to sell and all that." And you kind of see where their paths
but it
went.
wasn't just the movies; it was also his magazine and all that kind of stuff. So he's one of the princes of prurient. So
yeah. Yeah, and like I said, he's still working now. He's trying to get Midnight 3 made, by God. So he's trying to get a budget together for that sucker. But yeah, good to see you, Ed. And Ed messaged me before this, and just before I came on here, just messaged me on Facebook. Apparently his local theater in Little Rock, September 13th, I believe it is showing a triple feature of Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead.
Holy smokes.
and I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Like, I'm fucking jealous that I don't get to
Yeah.
go. Like, Little Rock's, if I want to make the trip, I mean, it's not that bad of a trip, but I don't think I quite make it for that. But that's pretty fucking awesome. So if anybody down in that area, in the Little Rock area, definitely go check it out. That's a hell of a way to spend a day. That's like my dream triple feature there. So
The first and only time I saw Night on the big screen was at LDW this year.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've
that
seen
was
it.
cool.
I've seen it a few times, and they. I don't know if you're making it in October or not, but they
I'll
just
try my
announced
best. Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead on the big screen in the mall that Saturday night after the VIP party. So, and with a live introduction from Ken Foray. So if you're
That's
going to
pretty
Living Dead weekend, if anybody's planning on being there, make sure you get tickets for that because it's limited to like 250 seats. I think is what the theater holds. So it's limited to 250 people. And I know that in June, that Night of the Living Dead screening you mentioned was sold out. Like, and it was packed. I mean, one of the only times I've ever seen a screening of a movie where people are going up and down the line with a sign saying, anybody have an extra ticket? Like, it was like a fucking football game or something.
It was cool too. Russ was great doing a little opening
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
was,
Russ and Russo both. Like,
Russo too, but Russ was
they-
very funny. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I love the way they play off of each other too,
Yeah.
because they're just old friends, and they know, and Russ will be quick to call John out on his bullshit, and they're a classic duo in that way. But yeah, and I hear there's a Return of the Living Dead screening that Friday coming up in October too, with something pretty. From what I'm hearing, something pretty special and pretty fucking cool happening at the after party after that. So, keep ears and eyes out for that for sure. See who else we got. We got Stezio. What's going on, brother? Stezio Descartes says hi, all. I have to get up early, so I'll watch the DVD when it arrives this weekend. Hope y'all have fun. Looks awful. Yes, it does, and I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, $10,000 budget. John Russo, shot on video.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. But hey, it might be. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not completely like against stuff shot on video. Like some of like I said, I love bad cheesy fucking movies.
Yes.
So,
But I
it
gotta
may be
tell
worth
you,
going back and watching again at some point.
I had Lloyd Kaufman's little filmmaker set called "Make Your Own Damn Movie."
Mm-hmm.
I bought that on DVD many, many, many years ago, and he goes through process of making even the cheapest movies, and he shows people, and he shows like clips and examples of some submissions to Troma, and some people want to make Troma like stuff, and boy, there was some really rough audio and video quality, and just everything you can think of is terrible. No mics in the right place, just no tripod and all that kind of stuff. And I hate
Dude,
to say,
shot on video. I'm surprised there's mics at all. They
Exactly,
just used the old camcorder on the shoulder, type of
and I
thing.
think we're in for some of that tonight. So,
Oh
so.
boy, I can't wait.
Yeah.
There you go, Michelle. Get in the spirit. Okay, you convinced me. I'll go grab my laptop to watch it. I'm off tomorrow. Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Do it. We all
Do
have to
it to
suffer
it.
together.
That's right. That's right. This is a group therapy session. We're all gonna get Russo'd together, by God. Brandon Salisbury, what's going on, Brandon? Good to see you, my man. Hello, good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? He says, doing well. Halfway through the week, and like I said, I'm off. I'll be off the next not the next few days, but this weekend, then a few days after that, headed to the mountains this weekend. So, looking forward to that. Looking forward to getting away and taking Everly to Gatlinburg. We've been once before when she was real little. She doesn't remember too much about it, so should be fun.
What's in Gatlinburg?
Huh?
What's in Gatlinburg?
Oh, they got Gatlinburg. It's the mountains. It's like a little town. They got all little shops and stuff.
Oh,
You can
cool.
go to the mountain. Go to the top of the mountain. Then right next to that's Pigeon Forge, and they got go-karts and
Nice.
mini golf and all kinds of stuff to do. So it should be a fun time. Scratch Burno, what's going on, man? Good to see you. I see you in the chats all the time over there for Subjective Perspective Collective. I see you in the Dead Pitch chat. Thank you for stopping by, man. Said, get ready for some talking and some more talking and a little more talking. Have you seen this before, man? Have you seen
That's what we
Midnight
do.
too? Is it a lot of talking? I hope to God not.
I think you meant here. This section.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true too.
Right.
Brandon says making movies isn't easy. Even a bad movie was probably difficult to get completed. Just finishing a film is a quest of its own. Yeah. Well,
true.
dude, when I used to make my little movies back in high school, Like it would take months and months and months, and we would get, the finished product would be like 30 minutes. So it'd just be like, it's a lot. I can't imagine. The one time I tried to shoot a film with an actual, like, I got a crew together, I got a camera guy, I got a sound guy, I got some actors and stuff. It lasted one shoot, like one day, and I was just like, this isn't working. Like, this isn't happening. Like, this is just not. Like, it was just chaos. I can't imagine, man.
Also, Brandon, keep your eyes peeled. They might need a documentarian for Midnight 3 special features.
That's true too. That is true too. God. Rick says, "Well, this one is really bloody." Midnight 2. Okay, all right.
Oh,
A bit of hope. A bit of hope. We
Okay.
got Steven Oostrack Jr.'s in the house. What's going on, Steven? Howdy, camper. Sorry I'm late. Almost forgot you were on today. Yeah, one of those rare Wednesday night watch-alongs with buddy Synth. And usually when Synth's on here, we're watching something Russo related and something really terrible. So it should be
yes.
fun.
That's why I have some
Should
wine
be fun.
tonight. So,
There you go. Well, see, you're drinking wine tonight. I'm drinking water. So I don't know.
Well, this is a wine called Menage a Trois in honor of Russo, who makes trashy, sleazy movies. So,
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Brandon. Okay, so Brandon and Michelle saying hello to one another. I'm on day 5 without a cigarette, guys. So bear with
Good
me.
job.
I feel all right. Like, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm making it.
So I tried, for one, my boss at a previous job was a heavy smoker. He was trying to do the Nicorette thing for a while.
Mhm.
And never having smoked a cigarette in my life, maybe a puff on a cigar, I said, well, give me one of those. I want to try it. And not only was the taste awful of the gum, as you would expect,
Mhm.
but it got this weird tingling in my mouth, like when you touch a battery with your tongue.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really odd. Yeah. It's just,
Yeah. Like I said, I've been doing these. The Zins are like little pouches, nicotine. They're flavored. This one's spearmint. You can get cool mint, whatever. And yeah, you put it in, and like the first little bit, it's pretty intense. It's like, oh, this is kind of tingly, kind of, but after a while, it just settles down, and yeah, and I'm slowly weaning myself off these. I've only had like 3 of these today, so hopefully I can
I
just
grew up with
get
guys
rid
who are
of it
doing
all
chewing
together.
tobacco all the time, and the big old leaf in the mouth and spitting them constantly. And
That I will never do that. Like, I see people do
Yeah.
it all the time. I'm just like, that is disgusting. For one, I had a traumatic experience when I was younger because my dad used to dip, and when I was a kid, my dad, we went to, I think it was Dairy Queen. I'll never forget this. It was Dairy Queen. We went to Dairy
Uh-oh.
Queen. He had his Dairy Queen cup, and we would eat and all that, and then we go to my uncle's house. My uncle Mark, who's been in the chat before, the guy who introduced me to Dawn of the Dead and everything. We were at my uncle's house, and I'm running around playing, because I was probably like 5 or something at the time, 5 or 6. And I'm running around playing. I'm not paying attention to whatever. And I see my dad's cup sitting there on the thing. So I run over and I go to take a drink. And he's been using that cup to spit his fucking
Juice.
Oh God. It
Yeah.
was the nastiest. And I'll never forget it. And I'll never forget that fucking taste. So if anything, Dad, if you're watching, that worked. It deterred me from ever wanting to.
Remember the scene from Caddyshack
stole
where the guy's
or-
drinking all the leftover drinks and there's cigarette butts in there and he throws up in that guy's car? But I was going to say, you ever tried Skull Bandits? Do they still make those? Or is that
Oh, I
thing
don't
you do
know.
now any different? It's just little packets of chew, right?
I'm not sure.
The Zin thing. The Zin you think you have. Isn't that
Well,
little
the
packets
Zin, no, it's just like a little. It's just like a little pouch you stick in your lip, and it's just there's nothing in it. It's just nicotine and some.
Oh, it's just
flavoring
nicotine.
and-
Okay. So it's
yeah.
not tobacco. Okay.
No, there's no tobacco in it at all.
Okay.
What do we have here? Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. Getting there. Like I said, one day at a time. But it's really not like I haven't really. I don't know, man. You just get to a point where you're just like, it's too fucking expensive and it's pointless and why
Yeah.
bother? Like I think I was just kind of ready. I was just kind of done. Brandon says, congrats. I'm planning on quit smoking myself. Been starting to take better care of myself after my father passed. So far, I've lost about 10 pounds over the past 2 weeks. So I want to drop 24 before LDW. Hell yeah, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I did that too, man. I started that last year. Just got to a point where I was like, man, I'd gained so much weight and I just felt sluggish and I just felt like shit all the time. And if you go back and you watch some of my earlier videos, like when I first started, you could tell like there was a huge difference in my, I don't know, I just felt like just weighted down, and you can tell I'm just kind of a little more. I don't know how to explain it, but I go back and watch some of those sometimes just out of curiosity. It's like, oh, what was I talking about back then? And I'm just like, man, I just seem so, I don't know, just low energy or something.
Mm.
But when I started eating better and exercising more, and I feel my energy levels raise, and it's yeah, you definitely will definitely feel better, and you'll definitely feel a difference. But yeah, man, congratulations. Like I said, man, the best way that worked for me in terms of quitting smoking is start with these and just start slowly wean yourself off those cigarettes, and then before you know it, it's like, you know.
You ever try the patches? Does that help at all?
Never tried the patches, never tried the
Yeah.
gum or anything like that. Last time I quit smoking before Everly was born, I just quit cold turkey. I was just like, all right, I'm done. No more. And that worked for a while. And then when she was born, I was like, fuck, I need a cigarette. But Rick's saying, is John Russo the Steve Jobs looking guy with the shirt and tie, shirt and tie, that's right. Steve Jobs looking guy. No, I wouldn't say Russo looks like Steve Jobs. Are you referring? He is the guy in Night, the zombie in Night of the Living Dead that comes through the door that looks really screwed, gets the tire iron through his head. Yeah,
he's kind of looking up.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best zombies in Night of the Living Dead, I gotta say. And he was originally supposed to be the cemetery ghoul, but they ended up going with Bill Heinzman, which I think was a better choice overall, because Heinzman just looked interesting as like the first zombie that you see.
The tall, lanky figure. Yeah. Helps.
Yeah. He just, and Heinzman was just an interesting looking dude, anyways, back then, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Michelle says, good job too, Brandon. I'd like to lose 25 myself, but my daughter keeps bringing popcorn home from the theater after work, so I guess who eats it all the way home? Me. Yeah, popcorn. Although popcorn's not too bad for you if you eat it, you know, if you don't go too fucking crazy. Blake, what's going on, brother? Blake Allen's in the house. We need to protect and promote things after we are gone. Then what? Besides Dawn, I would like to see Evil Dead promoted and protected.
Evil Dead's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I often think of that, like especially when it comes to Dawn and the appeal of Dawn of the Dead to younger generations. Like the more and more malls start to disappear, like will that appeal start to disappear as well as generations go on because they won't get it? It'll be like, I don't know, it'd be like us watching a movie from the 1920s or something, and it's just like it's hard to identify with what these people are talking about and what they're doing because it's not a thing anymore.
Also, Evil Dead 2, you got a K&B connection there. So
yeah. That was like their first big like solo project.
Amazing.
You know.
The stories from that are amazing.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite like bonus features on a DVD was that the special effects bonus feature on the Evil Dead 2 DVD that Anchor Bay did. I watched that over and over again back in the day.
Yeah.
Scratch says, I used to smoke cigs, still do, but I used to too. There you go. Brandon says, not sure if it's been reported yet, but Scott Spiegel, the Evil Dead series, passed away 2 days ago. Yeah, I saw that. I saw somebody mention that in one of the chats. I can't remember what stream I was watching. He also played Scotty in Within the Woods short that became Evil Dead.
He also made that crazy supermarket movie with Sam
Intruder.
Raimi. Yeah, that's a great movie. That's a great, fun, crazy movie.
Yeah, that's a very underrated slasher from around that time too. I saw he had passed away, and then today, just a couple hours ago, I saw David Warner had passed away too, from The Omen and Titanic and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. I mean, he was in a bunch of stuff, and I think he was 80. I want to say 80, I think. But yeah, I saw he passed away as well. So. Again, I always talk about go to these conventions, meet your heroes while you can, because you know none of us are going to be here forever. So, Ash versus the Evil Dead on Netflix. Did you ever watch that series, Ash versus the Evil Dead, when that came out?
The one of the pinnacle moments was when he goes through the Deadite's body cavity. And ends up wearing the Deadite's body as he's coming through, like I don't know, it's the anus or the birth canal. I'm not sure which. Because it was all torn up, right?
One of those.
But he's running around.
Holes.
He actually breaks through it and goes and like is hanging off of him, and it's just like that was so extreme. It was fun. Yeah. It was
Um.
And Lee Majors makes an appearance as his dad, Ash's dad.
Oh, really?
The Fall Guy. Yeah, the Fall Guy comes as his dad. So
It'd been a while. I watched it when it first came out. I think I watched the first season of that, and I never went back and watched the rest of it.
it's fun.
Um. Michelle says, "Fuck, I hadn't heard. Damn, yeah, about Scott Spiegel. Yeah, I can't remember where I saw that, but I saw somebody mention that the other day on in one of the chats." Um. Steven says he looked like Dennis Becker on the Rockford Files. You talking about Russo?
Rockford Files. I don't remember that guy.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Rockford Files.
Used to watch it.
Uh,
I like opening synth riff.
yeah. Bernie says the hardest part is replacing the diet. I definitely get cravings. Doesn't help. I went from consuming 3,000 plus calories a day to under 900. No bread, sugar, etc. I mean, dude, you'll drop so much weight so quickly if you cut out sugar. Like that's the hardest thing to cut out is sugar. Once you cut that sugar down, man, it's
The hardest for me is bread.
yeah, bread.
Complex carbs, any kind of bread thing is just the best in the world.
Yeah, I love bread, but the thing about bread is like a lot of the bread, like here in the States, a lot of our bread is full of sugars and all
Oh no,
kinds
I
of
get
stuff. Like
the whole
it's
grain good stuff, but still, it's
mhm,
just a lot of complex carbs,
yeah.
and the glycemic index is still very high in it. So it's
Yeah, I cut mine down. I was probably eating about 3,000 plus a day too, because when you're not trying to watch what you're eating or losing weight, you
mm.
don't really count. Like you just say breakfast, I'll have this thing of donuts and a chocolate
Oh yeah,
milk and a chocolate milk and one of those little packs of little chocolate donuts. That's like 800 calories right there.
and,
Like
and if
that's
you and if you as you age, your metabolism naturally slows. So no matter what you
right. Yeah.
do to even starve yourself, you could still be really tough to lose the weight.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, I cut it down to I'm right now I try to stay right around 1,800, 1,900 every day.
Mm.
I a mini fast. I don't eat until noon. I skip breakfast at noon. I'll have a little lunch like a salad or just whatever's handy. And then dinner I'll just eat whatever for dinner because it's like well, whatever we cook I'll eat. But
I'm a
um,
sucker for good cheese, and that's a real bad thing.
mm,
So
yeah, yeah.
that's
I do love cheese. I do love cheese.
yes.
Michelle says under 900 isn't healthy. Should get at least 1,000 when I'm counting. Then I aim for over 1,000. But under 1,200, that's crazy. Y'all. Well, see what gets me is I'm a huge like late night snacker. Like I save all my calories until like the end of the day, and at night I can just snack. But I try to watch I try to find like healthier stuff. Like I love Granny Smith apples. I could eat that all
Yeah.
day. Fucking strawberries. I love those type of fruits, but like sometimes I can't, I can't turn down a bowl of ice cream or something like that. I'm just like, all right, I
Yeah, if you
deserve
go
it.
too low on the calories, you go into kind of starvation mode, and then you start storing calories, storing
Mm-hmm.
fat. So you got to be careful of that. You definitely have to eat.
Right.
Yeah,
Just got to eat the right stuff.
yeah.
Uh, okay. So David Warner passed away in 2022. That was an old post. Okay. Yeah. Well, I saw it just before. I don't know. I saw it early. I don't know who the hell posted it, but yeah, I hadn't heard that. So I saw that. I was like, damn. All right. But okay, 2022. I guess that makes sense. Because that was the only post I had seen and anybody post about that all day.
Although I hate to be a downer, but people complain about sugar. But oh, there you go. Hi.
Everly making her cameo. Say hi.
Is that Chucky?
That's This is Chucky. Are you Chucky? You being Chucky? You going to bed? You going to bed? Night. Love you.
Yeah, that's great. I like the low lighting too. It made it look more creepy.
I know.
Yeah.
She's like fucking Kyra Shone and Night. She's just
Got trowel.
yeah. One day I'm gonna
Um,
wait. I'm just be sitting here doing this. I'm gonna see her come up from behind me. I'm not gonna see her coming.
I was gonna say not to be a downer, but all the alcohol drinking everyone loves to do on the stream, that's really bad because that converts to sugars and fats in your body. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a reality, So
That is true. Rick saying scariest zombie to me in Night of the Living Dead was the broken neck zombie that walked into the house when Judith O'Day. That's John Russo. Slumped in the chair in the living room. The zombie nearly reached her until Ben. Yeah, that's
mm.
Russo. That's the man. That's the filmmaker extraordinaire. By God. Bonnie saying, yeah, Warner died in 2022. Not sure why it's been showing up. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but that's the first I heard. So you know what they say: if it's new to you, it's news, I guess. So. Yeah, sugar's the big, and sugar's like a big, you know, like a what's the word I'm looking for? It leads
Cancer?
like it's cancerous. Like
No, it's
you
also
know.
a flavor enhancer too. That's why they sneak it into foods. Like when they do low fat foods, they often put sugar in there to
Mm-hmm.
add flavor that the fat was removed. And so you get this sneaky sugar in a lot of your products. You got to read.
Yeah.
I read labels like crazy. I always have.
I've started
And
doing that a lot more too.
yeah,
Like I'll just look just to see like, and you know all those like funky ingredients that are just
mhm.
like, what is that? And you look it up and you see like, oh, side effects of this are like massive anal bleeding. Maybe I don't want to eat this. Like
However,
okay,
don't fall into the trap that stupid food babe does. Her nonsense about don't if you can't read it, don't if you don't know what it is, don't eat it. It's like, well, this dihydrogen monoxide. What do you think that is? That's water. But most people don't know that. So the label on things can use the chemical name of something and totally throw you off. Like riboflavin. You need riboflavin, right?
yeah.
So don't go by like, oh, if you can't pronounce it, don't eat it because you wouldn't be eating
I
a lot
just
of stuff.
yeah
So,
yeah. Well, I just find it interesting when you buy like especially like I was saying with bread, like you look at the ingredients in bread and you can see like, oh, okay, well this is you look at what this is and it's like, oh, this is just something that helps it, I mean, most of it is just preservatives that keeps the
preservatives,
shit
dough
fresh.
conditioners, things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
yeah,
But yes, this has been the
yeah,
health
yeah.
minute with
It's it's the
Mike and
bio
Sim.
nerd in me coming out. Sorry about
But
that.
no, it's just where it went, I guess. Everybody's just
Yeah.
talking about health. But yeah, man, the older you get, man, I made the decision I want to be around. I want to be around for a while for for my kids and just to be around because being alive is better than being dead.
Oh yes. Unless
That's
you're
my
undead,
motto.
that's kind of fun, supposedly. So
Yeah, if we ever get to that point, then I might be a little curious. I might be like, hey, it's like what
yeah,
Leguizamo says in Land of the Dead. It's like, I wonder what the other half live like,
yeah. You want to do the bub salute and all that stuff. So
Yeah, yeah. I wonder what kind of undead I would be. I'd probably be one of the dumb fucks wandering around the mall, looking for a deal, looking for a J.C. Penney's deal. But yes, tonight we're watching Midnight 2, John Russo's long lost classic from 1993, and it is available to watch on YouTube. If any of you guys want to watch along, here's the link. It is pinned here in the chat. It's also down in the description as well. So yeah, if you want to get that ready to go, we'll start the movie here in just a second, and I'll give you guys a chance to do that. Everybody in the chat here. But back to the health talk. Bonnie says menopause has kicked my has kicked my arse so
oh
far as
yeah,
weight is concerned. Trying to get back to a healthy weight.
sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's harder for it's definitely harder for women to take off that weight when you get older. But I'm kind of the guy that's like, yeah, the older I get, the less I care.
It's true, but I
I
mean, like,
like,
testosterone, the same problem. I mean, we stay
oh
lean and
yeah, yeah,
muscular because of testosterone. It's like bad news when it starts going away. So
yeah,
wait while you can.
yeah. Enjoy it for all you youngins out there. Enjoy it while you
That's right.
can. It don't last forever. Um, all right, let me get all this set up here. So yeah, like I said, Midnight 2, $10,000 budget, shot on video. There are cameo appearances, so keep an eye out for Jeannie Jeffries, Bob Michelucci.
Mm.
There are a few cameo appearances from some Romero regulars, so keep an eye out for them as we watch along here.
Well, like last time I
Um,
tried to find a Fangoria article on it, I couldn't find anything on it. So I guess they
yeah,
just didn't look at it. So,
dude, yeah, like I said, I'd never heard of it until a few months ago when Larry messaged me. I guess we were talking about Midnight or John Russo or something. He's like, dude, have you seen this? And he sent me the link to the DVD. I was like, no, but I gotta get it just out of
mhm.
fucking morbid curiosity. So yeah, this is my first watch. This is the first time I'll be seeing this movie. So this is a first reaction, so to say.
Although while I was
Um,
combing through Fangoria, I did find some cool article on Dawn of the Dead with some. I think most of the photos have been released by now, but at the time it was some rare photos and some comments about the movie. So I'll post that in the Facebook thing.
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Um, all right, let me. Here we go. I'm watching it all on one screen here, so everything's kind of tiny, but it'll
I
work.
know
It'll do.
I had to wrangle a bunch of stuff around too.
Steven said it looks like it has a $10,000 budget. Well, it's funny to me, like when you see some of the stuff and you see what the budgets are, you're like, where did all that money go? Like it's even $10,000 to me is like, I feel like I could do better than that. I don't know, but
I'm just saying, without seeing the effects yet, because we haven't watched it, just the look and the feel of it, it looks like a $500 budget.
mm.
It's pretty rough. So,
Yeah, I watched like the link to the YouTube link. I watched like you said the first couple of minutes
just to
of it
make sure it was the
s-
right thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
just to see, make sure it was something worth watching, and yeah, it looks pretty interesting to say the
Like
least.
even the character generator, the titles that come up, you're like, wow. You know, is that Windows Movie Maker or what? What is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
The fucking
Oh, it's so bad.
the yeah. You guys will see as we watch along here.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, the fucking credits at the bottom. It looks like it's just going one by one, and you're just like, yeah, that. All right. It's all right. You guys ready to do this? Get the show on the road. I'm all set. Synth, you ready?
Always.
All right, everybody in the chat, if you're watching along, God help you, and
I'm on
we'll
the. Did
get
you
through
want to
this
start from
together.
black or start from the Tempe Video Presents?
I'm right at 000,
Okay, 0.
right
Okay.
from the
All right.
black. So we'll just
Okay,
start it
cool.
there. And like I said, guys, if you want to watch along, I'll try to remember to do some timestamps too as we go along here for anybody that wants to hop in later on and watch. But here's the link to the video, to the movie here on YouTube. It's also down in the description below. So it's pinned right here at the top of the chat. So if anybody needs that. Um, this is likely for a lot of filmmakers, I think. Hookers and Blow, that's where most of the budget goes,
Oh
even
yeah.
in Hollywood. Um, all right, Rick says he's ready. Michelle's ready. I think we're all ready. Let's get at it. Midnight 2, 1993, written and directed by the great John Russo. Here we go. I'm going to give a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Press play now. And on now, we're going to hit play. And we're going to dive into the world of John Russo. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Press play now. And this is already awesome. Tempe Video. Tempe was always kind of known. I'm going to try to fix the volume here. Tempe was always kind of known for their distribution of shitty movies. Yes. Okay, go tell mommy, okay?
I love the matter of fact delivery. Here we are with the.
Harkening back to the original Midnight. There's John Amplis there. Honey, I'm busy right now. You can go to bed, okay?
J.R. Bookwalter. I'll talk about him later.
Yeah, from Dead Next Door.
Yeah, yeah.
It's his big claim to fame.
Very abrupt transition there. You hear the sound? It's like on camera mic.
I know it sounds like the voiceover was recorded in a bathroom or something.
Exactly. All one take. A lot
I
of
wonder
handheld.
how many of those people knew they were being recorded. Hey, there's Jeannie. We didn't have to look too hard for Jeannie Jeffries.
But nothing better than shoot next to a fountain where you can't hear anything, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, perfect location choice there. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta go. I gotta go
No
get
worries.
her in bed. So I'll be right back.
No problem. She even called Genie in the movie.
Yeah, little Jeannie.
Wow. Got the 90s look for sure. She has the mushroom hairdo with the two-tone. And then a zoom. Wow. What they were just she standing there for like an hour till the time changed? Wow. That's classy. He literally said, "I'm not raping you, I'm taping you." Jesus.
What did I
Holy
miss?
moly. He just said, "I'm not raping you, I'm taping you." It's very classy.
Hey, that's my pickup line.
Yeah, exactly.
So Abraham, I guess, is supposed to be one of the characters from the original.
Well, the
That's.
offspring, yeah.
I'll read the.
Well, it's funny because didn't they all die in the original?
Apparently not him.
I thought the father killed all of them.
So here, it's on the back of this. I'm going to read the description here, so we can try to figure out what's going on. No one will ever be able to forget the unspeakable atrocities committed one dark midnight at the Barnes farmhouse. Now, years later, Abraham, played by Matthew Jason Walsh, the last surviving member of the Crazed family, has taken up residence in the suburbs of Pittsburgh. Armed with a video camera and his various implements of death, he stalks the streets of the city to satisfy his bloodlust, searching the psyches of his victims for his perfect mate. Enter Rebecca, played by Joe Norcia, a beautiful young bank teller who has unwittingly come under Abraham's deadly camera lens. With the help of a hard-boiled police detective, Chuck Pierce, he may be able to solve the murder of her best friend, or become the ultimate sacrifice in a deadly game of cat and mouse. From writer-director John A. Russo, Heartstopper, Night of the Living Dead, comes a suspense-filled, nightmarish voyage through the mind of a serial killer. A voyage that leads straight into the heart of Midnight 2, sex, death, and violence. Or
Wow.
videotape, sorry.
By the way, did you notice they've just gone to like a third party camera, but they're not supposed to be there? Yet it's still shot like it's handheld and somebody's sitting standing there. This thing's all over the map.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy, here we go. Get some snogging.
It's a good question, Steven. Wonder if Midnight 3 will be on the Love Boat? Possibly.
Oh, here we go. Are we gonna get something?
Uh-oh.
It did say you had to sign a mature thing to get to this, so there you go.
Uh-oh. There we are.
All right.
All right.
It's not full Russo until we get some uncensored,
Yeah, this looks like we're at cheap porno. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Well, it's like that last one where it looked like porn actors were doing the movie
Yeah.
and they were doing alternate takes.
That'll get her going. Yeah, it's you.
Whether to kill her, probably. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, talk about a horrible leading man with the Weasley little voice and
Oh,
there we
there
go.
we
It's an
go.
action shot. Although that's physically impossible right there if you see the way that sheet was placed, but that's another story.
I know. When I have sex, I like the woman to be wrapped as tightly in a sheet as
Yeah,
possible.
She's swaddled. She's been
Yeah. Right.
Wow.
She looks like she's having a blast.
Yeah. I can picture John off camera. Okay, do it some more with feeling now.
Yeah, see, I can't help but watch this and think of like Russo's direction. All right, ride him harder.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Show some more passion.
No, cut back to the original Midnight.
Yeah. This saves on
Which,
the budget because you can cut back to the original. So
yeah, which going back and looking at the original cutscene, like cutting back to the original here, the original looks like a fucking masterpiece compared to this one. Rick saying, isn't this movie along the lines of Romero's Martin? No.
no, yeah.
Come on now.
I mean, the original had the same actor. That's about it.
Yeah. Is that the same actor in the original?
No, John Amplas. I mean,
Oh yeah, Amplas. Yeah. Is this going to be like The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, where most of the movie is just flashbacks to the original?
yeah. I mean, it does make it. It's like those greatest hits or flashback episodes of TV,
Mm-hmm.
where someone has like an illness and they're having all these dreams in bed,
Oh
and they
yeah.
keep cutting back to it.
You remember that time
Yeah, it makes the episode really cheap.
we sacrificed that girl? I will say, like the original Midnight, like it's sort of disturbing the idea of like killer
Oh yeah,
kids, like that had that going for it at least.
yeah. I have moments for sure. He's looking at the camera too.
Yeah, I know he's breaking the fourth wall here. Is this camera supposed to be his camera?
That's what I'm wondering because they showed the other shots where they're showing his camera shooting her and she's looking at that camera, and now it's like this whatever camera. So
Hmm. We're back to the original. It says, "I feel like I'm gonna need a shower after watching this, and not in a fun way."
yeah,
Probably.
always recommend it after these viewings. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Very perky. Very perky. I'll say that. No safe word. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Michelle. Neither one of them looked like they were having that much fun. The guy
No.
was uncomfortable looking, and the girl just looked like she was just there. Like she was
And she was
basically a sex doll almost.
and she was so wrapped up with the sheet she didn't want to be touched at all. Right? She's basically she's like wearing clothes basically.
Pretty much.
See who's doing the camera now?
Yeah, who's
There's no other guy.
it really is like one of those flashback episodes on
Right?
a
Yeah. It's like
sitcom.
someone's got the cold sweats and they're having bad dreams and they keep coming back to
Right.
all the
It's gonna be like Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, but much worse. Oh yeah, yeah, it's gonna make that look like a fucking masterpiece. Yeah, they were having Steven, I think they were having a sale at an after Halloween sale at Walgreens.
But unless they explain where this kid came from, they're already breaking the storyline because he didn't survive. There's no one survived from the event, I don't think. He has all these memories of the events, but he wasn't there.
Well, maybe they'll explain how he survived, how he got through it. And the thing about, the original Midnight, I mean, did have Savini doing the effects too, so the effects were,
Yeah.
which Savini recalls as, he just was doing John Russo a favor. He didn't, it's
Yeah.
just like, it was just, just a favor.
I mean, this part of the music wasn't bad in the original, so this is McCullough too, right? Just
Yeah, I believe
yeah.
so. And yeah, that's,
So with its
oh,
library music, or he actually made this, it's decent. There he is.
Lawrence Tyranny.
What's really sad
Yeah,
though is
that's,
if you watch J.R. Bookwalter's stuff, it's so much more professional than this. I wonder what he was thinking the whole time.
yeah, because this would have been after Dead Next Door.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Besnak, Greg Besnak.
Oh, the bald guy. Yeah.
Yeah, from Night Riders. Yeah, Steven. I don't think Savini by '93. I don't think Savini was too interested in doing Midnight 2.
Or Amplas is going to do Midnight 3, right? So, or remake or something.
I saw he commented on that. Like Russo commented, and it didn't sound like Amplis was too interested. He was like, "Yeah, I
No.
don't have any communications with those people anymore."
And I swear, I mean, this is a crazy idea, but he's never said anything about making Midnight, all that kind of stuff. Remember, I actually asked him at the table at Living Dead Weekend when I sat next to him if he would remake one of his movies with a modern budget and modern technology, which would he make? And he had to think about it for a while. He said, "Oh, probably Midnight." It's like, did I put that earworm in his head, and now he wants to fucking make another Midnight?
Maybe.
What
You
did I
never know.
do? What have I done?
So you're the blame. You're to
I
blame.
think so. And Amplas is like, who? How'd you get this idea? I'm gonna hate mail from Amplas now.
It's like, God damn it! Now Russo's calling me every 5 minutes. We need you for Midnight 3. The ultimate trilogy must be completed.
But he really never talked about it until after LDW, and that was so many months ago.
Yeah, that's true. You may be the catalyst,
I'm a bad influence.
which has led us to this moment where we're watching Midnight 2. So,
Well, that too, yeah.
because I wouldn't even thought about watching this if I hadn't seen him mention he was doing another sequel to Midnight. I was like, well, there's already a sequel to Midnight in there.
Yeah.
So timestamp wise, we are at 16:10, and we're 15 minutes in this movie, and we've gotten a sex scene and flashback scenes, and that's about it.
So he's playing the Amplas character? I guess I thought he died.
Is that who he's supposed to be?
I think so. Because they just showed him running around. I thought he
I
died.
guess
I thought everyone died in that.
Amplas turned down Russo as well, back in the day, back in '93 or whenever this was shot. Yeah, Midnight, the original Midnight, Rick, is actually probably Russo's best film, I think, in my opinion. Talking about, I guess, referring to Lawrence Tierney, Midnight was before Reservoir Dogs. Midnight was 1980, I think, 81, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Well before Reservoir Dogs. There you go. Saying Tarantino's her second favorite director behind Romero. He's up there for me as well. He's up there for me as well. I love anything Tarantino's done. What about you, Synth? Who's your Who would you say are your top directors? Would Tarantino
Uh,
fall into that
over
anywhere?
over time, it changes because I like so many different things. I mean, Kubrick is one of the top.
Oh yeah, me
Um,
too.
Romero, Kubrick, a lot of Scorsese's work, especially the earlier work, not his later stuff. Um, John Carpenter has some just classics.
Of course.
There's so many. I'm a huge Hitchcock fan as well. I always have been. So, um, and even going back to the old days, um, lots of other classic directors. Orson Welles did a great job in Citizen Kane and some other stuff he's worked on. I don't know. It's really tough. But Tarantino, I always liked his stuff, but it took me a while to appreciate the fact that he wasn't just stealing from other movies. He was
Mm-hmm.
synthesizing them very well into his own work.
Right.
So he's a really good kind of collage artist in a way because you can literally pinpoint so many movies his stuff came from.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
he just sees things, he loves them, and he clearly remembers them, files them away, and then puts them in a project. But he does it in a clever way, so I do respect that now. I didn't always respect that, but I do. I've come to respect his stuff a lot. So he knows his stuff. Those podcasts he
Mm-hmm.
made with Roger Avery are really good.
Yeah, yeah. It's a great podcast.
Yeah,
Even when they're talking about movies I've never heard of and really
yeah,
don't care
exactly.
about, like I'm
He
still
made me
just
watch some. I did went back and watched some of those they were talking about, and I was like,
yeah.
wow. It was
So I guess this is supposed to be the Amplus character. I think that's
it
what he was
must
just
be,
saying.
even though it
Yeah.
looks nothing like him, and he's definitely the wrong age if they want to
Right.
say this is much later.
Which kind of makes sense. It does kind of feel like his take on. It feels like he's trying to act like Amplus
Yeah,
in some weird way. I don't know.
got a similar hairstyle,
Yeah.
but this looks like Steve Jobs actually.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of does.
Yeah. Wait, that's an office in a basement?
I love this. Yeah, I think we got plenty of exposition here. 16 minutes in, about 5 minutes or less of new footage, and it was just basically fucking softcore porn. Yeah.
So the set design here is very much like the cable access stuff I did at the local junior college.
Mm-hmm.
I joined a class when I was in high school. There's a night class that the guy was telling us on campus about, and it was basically junior year. Instead of going out partying all the time, there was a quarter where I was taking the classes there, and it's like camera work, acting. I got to do some makeup effects there and a bunch of other stuff. It was like a playground. It's just me as like basically a 16-year-old kid playing with a bunch of like 30-year-olds in this production thing, and they're acting a lot of them horribly. But we had sets just like this where they just throw stuff on the wall,
Oh yeah.
and with the flats, you put the flats together, you put just crap together, and
Mm-hmm.
that's your scene. It's incredibly low budget. But here they're using someone's basement with a stairwell behind her.
Yeah, I can't tell what the hell this is.
Whose office would be in just a dank basement?
This guy.
Yeah,
they
the
they
Russo
threw him in
detective
there.
is in it. Yeah.
Now the whole idea of the peeping tom, guy with the video camera stalking the women, like that was, of course, like originated 1960s peeping tom.
Yeah.
That uh, Michael Powell directed, which pretty much ended his career. Um, so it's not.
He just
This
had to
isn't an
wait.
original idea, but I
He
think
was
the
too ahead of his
idea,
time. Yeah.
yeah. But I think the idea of like using a video camera like this at the time, like because I mean camcorders were a little bit more accessible to most people at this point,
Yeah.
as opposed to back then. It was a like a Super 8 or whatever kind of camera he was using at the time. And this is pre, found footage, and this is a cheap and easy way to shoot something on video and have an excuse for it.
Yeah, but he's trying to do these like establishing shots with zooms and stuff, but then all handheld,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't work. It like one of the earliest movies to have a proper zoom was like The Graduate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And back then, people were like shunning zooms. It was considered amateurish, right?
Yeah.
But if it's on a tripod, at least, and maybe has a little bit of movement, it looks okay. But to zoom and then kind of awkwardly go to your subject,
It's
it's
using that
very silly.
camcorder zoom
Oh, it's just terrible.
that mom and dad would use when you were opening your presents on Christmas morning. They'd zoom in real
Exactly.
close on your face, and it would just be all,
And because it sounds like they're using on-camera mics, I'm surprised the zoom motor didn't get picked up by the
Yeah.
mic. So
Yeah. So I can see that's a hand he's got there.
So if you want a better version of this, watch Blood-Sucking Freaks. That's a great movie. A lot of stuff happens in a chair in that movie.
She seems fairly unfazed by all this. She's
Yeah.
just kind of like, all right,
So
I
now we have another
guess.
camera. See, they got a camera with a camera.
Mm-hmm. Which concept might work if they were using two different types of camera, like an actual,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
not consistent at all.
yeah. But anyway,
Also, with the music inserted and the fact that the audio is so poor for the dialogue, it just doesn't work.
right.
It's just an afterthought. They just dump the music in there.
John, what's going on, brother? You saw we were watching a John Russo movie. I knew you'd pop up
Yeah,
somewhere.
John couldn't resist. He had to,
Yeah, I knew he had to show up.
he could smell it, right?
Steven says this movie's made such an impression. If they make a sequel, they should jump ahead. Midnight 5, Burning the Midnight Oil. There you go. Stugas, what's going on, brother? Boy Grant's in the house. Good to see you, my man. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the party. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. Russo saw Sex, Lies, and Videotape and said, "Hold my beer." Yeah, definitely inspired by that. For the title, if nothing else.
I think he watched that movie with too much beer and gave him the idea.
See, she doesn't look scared or really.
No, and he's a
She just
terrible actor in every possible way.
looks annoyed. She's just like, she's reacting as if she's reacting to his bad breath as opposed to what he's saying or possibly going to do to her. She's just like, get the fuck away from me.
He's like a really poor caricature of a character like this. Just
Right.
This is like all the blocking shots they just committed to video.
Right.
This is all that warm up stuff. You should reshoot everything and
It's John Russo. He's not reshooting anything.
it's video. You can shoot endlessly. Doesn't cost anything. Film, I get it, but
Hey, blank tapes were still kind of pricey back then. Come on now. They had $10,000 to pull this together.
they use the metal particle ones, the really good quality ones.
Yeah. If you couldn't tell, this is high quality shit here.
Actually, the very first time I made an archive copy of Dawn from a rental tape, I did use one of the TDK Pro tapes. It was like a $12 tape at the time. It's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. So this guy's wearing a completely different outfit at this point. Is this supposed to be the same day? No, she's wearing a different outfit.
Yeah,
too.
she was wearing pink before. Now she's
Yeah.
That's nice.
She's like, fuck this bitch, whoever this is. It's not my friend. So who
Not my
cares?
friend. I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, whew. It's like that scene in Shaun of the Dead when he runs over the zombie and the zombie comes alive and he's like, "Oh, thank God for that." It wasn't an actual person.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God for that. Yeah, it's It's not meshing, Michelle. Two very different tones here. He's way over the top, and she's mad. Yeah, she was just more like, she didn't believe a damn word he was saying or anything. So
And this guy needs more energy. He's just very low energy.
yeah, he's no Tom Atkins, that's for sure.
No. Or Joe Pilato.
Right.
You got some pretty good ideas there. I like your moxie.
Hey, is that
It's a rip off of the Exorcist. Two Bitter Bells.
Well, no, I thought the guy there
Oldfield.
with. I don't think that was him. No, that's not him.
Oh, what's his face?
There's no fucking way that's Richard Liberty.
No.
That's who I was thinking. I was like, holy shit, it kind of looks like Richard Liberty, but no. There's no way Richard Liberty would be in this. Kind of look like him from the side.
The profile looked almost like Heinzman with the glasses on a little bit.
Yeah, that too, yeah. That's more likely. She got the biggie, the big gulp from Wendy's. You remember the biggie size at Wendy's?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you couldn't find a 3 for $5 sale, they were expensive, yeah. Old tapes back in the day.
And this is day for night, I presume. It's so dark, right? So
Yeah, I don't know. I think they were running out of daylight when they got that shot. Now she's perfectly lit. Brightly lit.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, most of the $10,000 budget was spent on hairspray. Yeah, obviously.
And catering,
way to
all the
get that.
biggie cups.
Yeah, it was spent on Wendy's catering, yeah. Fucking Frosties and the faux.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, Steven? Biggie size missed that. Thanks a lot, Morgan Spurlock. R.I.P.
Wow, the writing is just awful.
Again, like I've pointed this out talking about Russo's writing. It's very Russo doesn't give a shit about like defining a character through his dialogue. It's all about like here's the idea and the point of the story and what I want to say, and this character's going to say it, whether it's something that they would say or not.
Even when he's the actor in the movie, right?
Right.
Like in Majorettes.
Right, yeah.
This guy's like emo before emo, though, right?
I don't know if I'd call him emo as opposed, like...
He's just kind of whiny, kind of...
Yeah.
Where's all these, like, establishing shots with... What
kind of restaurant is it? I guess it's... I noticed a minute ago, I think it's supposed to take place somewhere around Halloween. So I guess that makes sense. I was like, what kind of fucking restaurant did they go to? Yeah, they must have had a Wendy's sponsorship or something there. Had saying the local Wendy's franchise sponsor of the film. That cup was... Yeah, really. I mean, it was pretty right there in full view of the camera. Like they were trying to say, hey, Wendy's.
This cop is so wooden.
I don't think Dave Thomas would approve.
Is this cop trying to date her, like for real? Was it?
What you can't? You don't see the chemistry here?
I mean, it's
this natural chemistry between these two. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I gotta cool off a little bit here.
Boy, the 90s, the style in the 90s, man. Especially the early 90s. It was like,
oh yeah,
we were stuck in some weird middle ground of 80s and then 90s, and then like in the early 90s, it was like just this weird mullet and just the colors. I don't know, man. The hairspray, the fucking hairstyle.
But you notice that she has all the ideas, and he's like, yeah, you're right. Like he has no input whatsoever.
The worst detective of all time. This random woman's just like, hey, maybe we should do this. He's like, yeah, it's a good point.
This is John's new take on empowering women. He wanted to make a very strong female character and make the cop go, "Yeah, you're really right about that."
Then again, her ideas are probably horrible. I mean,
Sure.
no detective or police officer would ever go for any of this because, but he's trying to smash, so he's
Yeah,
like, oh
unfortunately, I'm
yeah,
not really
that's a
paying
great
attention to what
idea,
she's
honey.
saying.
That's a great idea, babe.
You're right. She's probably saying a lot of bad stuff. I'm not really paying attention that much.
And this chick loves fast food too. From Wendy's, now she's sitting here eating French fries and hamburgers. That's her character
I mean, it's
trait, I
that
guess.
budget though, right? They're budget conscious.
Yeah, they couldn't go to a fancy restaurant or anything for this.
No, they couldn't
Like,
even afford Shake Shack if it were around back then. It's too expensive.
Yeah, come on, babe. Let's let me take you out to Wendy's. Let's go to Wendy's. Uh-oh.
Wow,
That didn't take long.
he's smooth.
Yeah, really. No better place to make your move than that looks like a Hardee's. That's where I make my moves. I take my ladies to Hardee's.
And it's not a parking spot clearly because he's behind that truck.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, guys.
It's the only spot they had left. He kind of, he kind of, you say emo, he kind of reminds me of like 80s goth a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, kind of whiny,
Yeah.
misunderstood.
Yeah.
Now I got chase music.
Hey, this is better than Paul McCullough.
Anyway, yeah, it is. I mean, it's very generic, like
It's pretty
library.
on par.
Yeah.
The movie needs a Jim Cornette promo. What the fuck is the matter with these people? Who made this shit? Steven still misses some of the neon colors. Yeah, I mean, it
Like
worked in the 80s. The 80s, it would work. It felt to me like all those neon colors, those bright neon colors from the 80s, by the time the 90s rolled around, the early 90s, those neon colors were a little faded. It just seemed like it was more of a dull color.
Well, like in their car where they're talking, they're not holding a camera and it's shaking just like they're holding the camera. You know how easy it is to set up a tripod in your car? I've done so many driving shots in the old days with a tripod in the car. It doesn't cost anything.
It
I mean,
costs
right?
time.
If you're making a video or you're making a film, what are you making, right?
That's a good question for John. Are you making a film or what are you doing here? I am enjoying this, I gotta say.
Oh no, it's definitely entertaining.
It is so bad that it's just like it's pretty entertaining. You know, this actress, she's trying, but she's literally acting opposite of a plank of wood almost. Wow. Here we go.
He goes like his fake members only jacket, whatever that is.
I think it's a Marlboro jacket he got with the Marlboro Miles.
Free jacket.
My dad used to have one of those. He got the fucking Marlboro Miles. He got the red Marlboro jacket, you know.
I like the goodbye kisses on his forehead. That's very friend zone.
Very cute, yeah. I feel like this dude's about to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I called it.
Hit him on the shoulder and then knocked him out. That's not how blackjacks work. Wow. I mean, he's definitely strong until you help him stand up there. See that move right there? He didn't want to throw out his back. So.
Uh-oh. Now, we thought that last girl that was tied up was a bad actor, but let's see how this guy reacts. He's reacting as if he's just annoyed.
Now compare this to the ear scene in Reservoir Dogs. I mean, come on, look at the similarities. So
Maybe that's hey, yeah. Well, this was after Reservoir Dogs, so maybe maybe it's the inspiration for this.
he starts singing and dancing around. And,
That's a good point, Steven. Probably most of the wardrobe probably did come from Goodwill.
yeah.
Was it Ed the Wayne's World car, the Murphmobile? The Murphmobile.
Also, this is one
I
of the
didn't notice.
problems with shooting on a cheap video camera. See the light bloom, the vertical
Mm-hmm.
bar there.
Yeah.
Just don't put bright lights in the video camera.
The fact
Doesn't
that it's
work.
lit at all is pretty impressive.
That's true. But this looks a lot like the make your own damn movie stuff I was talking about from Lloyd Kaufman. So he watched that tape as well, I think.
This actor, whoever this Chuck Pierce is the name of this guy. They couldn't have cast anybody else with any kind of emotion or
Or like his
facial
homemade
expression or
throne
something.
with the skull just glued to the top of it. It was very, very classy.
What is that? But the lack of reaction from these people that he's got tied up, that he's doing all this with, I kind of understand it because is there anybody less intimidating than this guy?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's
They're like,
like,
this is a joke, right? Where's the hidden camera?
yeah, what are we doing
Yeah.
here? So most of the violence in this too is taking place by just what this guy is talking about doing, as opposed to what he ends up doing. Because the girl
Right?
died,
Yeah.
he just like nipped her nose or something, and then she was
Yeah.
done for.
He did say penis, so there you
I
go.
think so. Yeah.
He's
Are
getting
we gonna
wild.
Are we gonna see
It'd be like the
some
scene in Street
dong
Trash where he's
mutilation?
throwing the keep away scene with the flying penis. Or the
I don't know if we'll see that or not. Uh, Bonnie had that Marlboro jacket. My smoker friends earned it for me. There you go. Hell
oh
yeah!
wow,
Everybody
there you
had
go.
everybody remembers that red Marlboro Miles jacket. Hell yeah.
I wasn't privileged enough to have one. Sorry, I just I didn't
Yeah,
spot it.
you didn't have the right friends. Huh?
That's right.
Uh, Shell said he also doesn't look too concerned to be tied up and likely about to be killed. Yeah, again, it's like he doesn't look too concerned or interested, or he doesn't look interested in being in this movie. To be honest with you, all the way around.
I mean, if you think about it, because the video camera he's using in this is probably like a $500 video camera or something. It's not a nice camera. He could have set 3 of them up and had some B-roll to cut to. So this is more cinematic.
Well, that's the thing too. They haven't really established what he's doing with this footage, unless he's just you know.
Sound effects.
Ah,
It's more like he's orgasming than getting his finger
yeah,
ripped off.
really. His pants are wet there. I don't know.
Right. I mean, you pull someone's finger off, the screams would be outrageous.
Oh, the level of desperation there. You could. Just...
He's like, if you watch me, I have like no emotions whatsoever. Have you noticed by now?
Yeah, love. What is that? I'm just here.
Yeah, I'm one note.
Yeah.
Uh,
You know, completely off topic. Well, not off topic, but you know what this kind of reminds me of? Have you ever seen that video? It was like a big thing back in there, like tape traders. It was like a conspiracy theory. The guy that is like it's an instructional video that he recorded in like his bedroom or something like that about how to grave like a grave robbing, um, like a how-to video of like how to grave rob,
No, I haven't seen
and
that.
it's really disturbing. It's kind of like that. That would be a better version of this than this.
Oh
But
yeah.
I mean, it
By the
kind
way,
of looks just like this. It's just a
see the
guy sitting
building
there
behind him? That's
talking.
the one we saw from the top of the Romero office. It's that church-looking building with the glass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is downtown Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I can't think of what that video is called, but it was like a big thing back in the day, like on the dark web and stuff. It was just a guy telling like an instructional video on how to rob
Yeah,
graves and how to
I haven't seen that.
separate the skull, and nobody could ever figure out if it was real or if it was a fake thing.
Well,
Um,
someone did publish an article on how to butcher and cook a human corpse. It was an actual thing posted on the internet. Yeah, it was pretty awful. Yeah, like Ed Gein, publishing
yeah.
publications.
Oh, can we see 247 down there anywhere? Is that I think it may be on the other side. This looks like Mount Washington, probably.
Yeah, there's that churchy building in the background there. The
Mm-hmm.
little peaks.
I think that's the UPMC building over there over his shoulder, if I'm not mistaken. That's the building you see in Dawn of the Dead when the helicopter rises and the lights
Yeah,
all go out one by one.
yeah, they're on that platform in Mount Washington, that circular platform.
Mm-hmm. You know what video I'm talking about, John? So I know the video. I saw that video where they were trying to ID him. Yeah, I don't think they ever solved that mystery of whether it was a real thing or if he was just messing around or what. But is that what it was called, Scratch? Grave robbing for morons?
For morons.
That sounds about right. I think it was something like that. Ed's saying that tape is still. Yeah, Ed would be the one to ask, but do you have that tape, Ed? So that tape is still out there.
This guy's so bad.
It's like a
I
good
have the
family family.
camera. I'm asking the questions.
I'm recording you, not raping you, or whatever he said at the beginning.
Oh, I'm taping you, not raping you.
Taping you, not raping you.
Very classy.
Yeah. Oh, there's the old Three River Stadium back there where the Steelers used to play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's been long
I
gone.
drove. Oh, is it gone?
Oh yeah.
There's another one over there, isn't there? I drove past one when I was over
Yeah,
there.
now it's Acrisure Stadium. Used to be Heinz Field.
Okay.
That's the new one they built. When they built that one, they tore down the old one.
So this movie's a historic document? Are you kidding?
Kind of, yeah. I'm entertained by this right now. I don't know what the hell's going on in the scene, but I'm
Yeah.
enjoying looking at Pittsburgh in the background here, just kind of
Yeah, yeah.
picking out what's what.
She likes her shoulder pads too.
Michelle's saying they're at the lookout where Ramona and Colin got married. So is this right next to? Because did they get married right next to where the incline is?
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
the circular platform.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's where
I
this
shot a
is at
stream
then.
from there.
Did they know this? Were they aware of this? Is that why they got? Is that why they got married there, Michelle, in honor of Midnight 2? Like I'm gonna get married right where right where this scene was shot in Midnight 2. Damn it.
The cameraman who shot their video, their wedding, actually was saying some of this exact same stuff. Like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I have a feeling this bitch is about to get thrown over.
Now here's a lockdown shot. Look at this. They can do some.
John saying, okay, thanks for reminding me, Synth. I have to add that to my trip. It's pretty close to vanilla locale. There you go. Well, the incline is used in there's always vanilla. And
Yeah.
you can actually hear it because in vanilla you hear when, Judy's going up the incline, you hear that sound of it. First time we were in Pittsburgh, we took that incline up to the top, and as soon as I heard that sound, I was like, Oh my god, this is the one from Vanilla. It sounds just the same.
Exactly.
You'll
I
know
even
the
took a few
sound.
panoramic shots up there, including that building on the right in the panorama, so you can see the incline building and then the platform and then the city.
Yeah, it's beautiful up there.
Especially when I was up there just before sunrise, it was awesome. The lights were still on the buildings,
Mm.
but there was the glow behind. It was really cool.
I don't remember if the Pirates played there or not. That's where the Steelers used to play, Three River Stadium, back in their heyday in the '70s and all that. Was he bigger than a bread box?
Yeah, this is not scripted. This is just whatever.
Yeah, this feels like Russo was like, we got a lot of time to fill, so you
Yeah,
guys just spitball whatever you guys come out with.
pretty
Let's see what
much.
happens.
Wow. That's like a 70s reference in a 90s movie.
Yeah, there's the UPMC building back there. All right, we're back to the basement now. I was having a good time looking at Pittsburgh, but
Yeah, yeah, that was the best part right there, actually.
so that's exactly why they chose that spot. Russo was there, actually. There you go. See,
It gave the movie some gravitas. You
full
have a nice
circle.
view.
Yeah, it gave it a little scope. Now we're back to. This looks like an Airbnb I once stayed at.
They're using the blue lighting for the nighttime stuff. I
There
love
you
that.
go. See, yeah. Could have used them blue gels on the lights. Not bad. It's a little production value.
A little bit.
Rick said, it looks like this movie was made in the 80s, then 1993. I guess the hairstyle still scream 80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of hairspray.
So why does he like her again? I don't remember why he's not killing her.
I don't know. I mean, what is that? What is there not to like, Synth? What is there not to like?
No, I'm just wondering that he's not doing anything to her. He's hanging out with her. He doesn't want to kill her, but he's not dating her or anything. I don't understand
Well,
what's
when you
happening.
find a girl who's loves her fast food and still keeps that figure, I mean, something special.
She can handle a biggie and
Yeah,
still hold her
yeah.
own. So
She can handle the biggie sized fries and
she says, "I want a high metabolism girl."
going back to our health discussion earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all coming back around.
That's right. Got to thread those needles and. Wow, more old references.
Oh, there's a Dead Next Door
I think Russo
poster.
just watched Annie, and he goes, "Bet your bottom dollar you want to put that in the movie."
That's what all the kids are saying these days.
Tomorrow.
Michelle said we did one photo where we all did a kick, and Clee and I had to hold Jack up because he almost fell. Oh yeah, don't have that dude doing too much. That's a national treasure, John Russo. Don't have him jumping up and doing shit. Come on now. Oh, okay. Short version of that tape is on YouTube. In fact, grave robbing for morons.
Oh,
There you
wow.
go.
Okay.
I didn't know it was on YouTube. I'm gonna have to watch that later. That'll be fun.
Totally unrelated, but since he has knives and stuff in here, you have to find surviving edged weapons. It's a police training video, has some of the worst acting in it, but it's incredibly brutal when they go into details about hidden knives and hats and gas caps and all kinds of weapons that cops have to be aware of when they go out in the street.
Hmm.
It's a very compelling video, although there's some
What is
acting in
that
it
called?
that's really surviving edged weapons. It was a cop only
Surviving
video,
edged weapons.
and it got leaked out by somebody because it was meant only for law enforcement. Because there are scenes of actual like photos of knife injuries and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but most of it's recreations and some funny skits that are just terrible.
Oh, there's that line again.
There you go. You got to use that. It's a golden oldie. You gotta play that one back. Yeah.
And you know what? It worked. He ended up getting her in bed. So who are we to judge?
Well, she was heavily wrapped in sheets, but she was in bed. That's right.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't, it wasn't the best sex, but it was sex.
Yeah.
I believe these two have more of a love connection than her and the detective.
Well,
There's a
that's
little
true.
more chemistry here.
Yeah. They're more like
Believe it or
friends,
not.
just sitting around watching bad videos,
Yeah,
just like we're doing here.
pretty much. Hmm. It's for you, Rick.
But other than the makeshift chair with a skull on it, what is he doing that's satanic relating to the original movie at all? Right? There's no ritual really. There's no right. I mean, he has horror stuff around his place, but that's not anything like the original movie.
Yeah, there's really no occult aspect to
Yeah, they're
this
not
so
drinking
far.
blood. They're not doing any kind of like
It's not ritualistic at all. It's
satanic
just
phrases or any of that kind of stuff. It's like, did he learn nothing from his mother?
he's gone astray.
Yeah.
It's a good question. I often wonder this, Stephen. Do you think these two brag about this film or deny ever being in it? I'm gonna guess they probably just movies like this. I feel like are probably like party stories. Like they're probably at a party and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
back in the day I was in a horror movie once upon a time. And they're like, really? And it's like, yeah, but don't worry about it. I doubt they brag as much as that it's just like a
Yeah.
fun anecdote where they're just like, oh yeah, once upon a time years ago, we made this goofy little movie and
But they significantly changed their appearance so they won't be recognized in public.
yeah. Well, I don't think anybody's gonna recognize them. I don't know if anybody saw this thing when it came out.
That's true. I'm being too generous.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's my
But
motto. That's my motto,
when,
Stephen.
in the '90s video craze, I mean, people were renting all kinds of garbage, right? So
Well, that's true. Yeah. Bonnie said Edge Weapons video is great. I'll have to check that
yeah,
out. I'll
it's a
have to watch
classic.
that.
It's shot in Wisconsin. It has Wisconsin accents. It's hilarious.
Oh, Paul would like that then.
Yeah. This woman's like, I'm so sick of your shit. Like the way she's like just going off on this guy. I
Oh
can't do the
yeah.
accent very well, but yeah, it's just
Anything up north like that, I just go straight to Fargo. Oh
yeah.
yeah. What is she
My
looking
dad's from
for?
Wisconsin, so he has the accent a little bit.
So she's aware that he is the killer, right? That's the whole point of this.
Yeah,
She's
trying to like
undercover, quote
it's the whole
unquote.
thing of like keep your friends closer and enemies closer,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to be on the good side.
Socks? Why would there be socks in this drawer?
And this endless like kind of drony bass with the piano riff is just such a trope.
Oh yeah. You're saying she reminds me of my old girlfriend Kelly, the blonde woman, except Kelly was much younger and had a better haircut.
She didn't have the mushroom with the two tone.
Was she perky as well, as we
Yeah.
were saying earlier?
Did she like to wrap herself up in sheets? So that
Yeah, is that what you guys were into?
And see, they never show him using a tripod. Yeah, right there, he's clearly talking to a camera on a tripod.
But is it supposed to be his video camera, or is this just
I think
exposition for exposition?
I think because he's in that scene, it looks like he's talking to his own camera. I don't know. That's the thing is all over the map.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
It's like, they're like, oh, people will figure that out. We don't have to worry about those details.
Nobody's gonna
You
ask questions. Who gives?
know. Yeah, right. You know, what's my motivation? What motivation?
Yeah, motivation.
Yeah.
It's saying, assuming he's one of those kids, this could be some nutbag that read about what happened. Guess we'll find out. That's true too. Maybe there'll be that classic Russo twist at the end here. You know.
He did have special knowledge of all the events, like he was there. Even when they were little kids, right? When they found that
Yeah.
girl in the trap.
We're almost at the end of this thing.
She has a Jamie Gertz quality to her.
Kind of Carpenter-ish, music-wise here. Very suspenseful music. Oh,
He's still there?
yeah, he's still there.
Oh.
It's not a bad wound there, effects-wise.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Behind you, bitch.
Hold on, my mouse just messed up. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
My screen just goofed up. There we go. She should correct him and go, that's actually not a clip, that's called a magazine. A clip is in an M1 rifle.
I was gonna say, weren't they just at a house and then all of a sudden it looked like they were at a
This is
hospital?
the same basement where the guy's office is with the stairwell.
I guess. Yeah, I think it was all shot in the same place here.
Same place, yeah.
Yeah, you beat Michelle to it. So this girl reminds me of a Timu Jamie Gertz.
Yeah. She looks just like Less Than Zero, Jamie Gertz.
Come on, Rick. We're all friends here, buddy. We're all friends here. Yeah, exactly, Steve. He had to fill at least an hour. It had to be at least feature length for it to be worth his while. So might as well just talk a little bit.
And this is like industrial. This is not some house.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This is not a house, but she just left, so I don't know where the hell she's at now. I didn't.
Wow, now he's got a scythe.
Yeah. If he wants that to work, though, he's gonna turn that around. Unless he's just gonna bludgeon her to death with it, but I don't know. That might be a little too much work.
See, now he's talking about his sister getting killed by the woman that
Yeah.
got out of the cage. I keep waiting for a cut. Let's retake that.
You gotta give him credit. I haven't seen one boom mic yet either, so
That's because of the mic's on the camera.
that's true. It's because there is no boom mic.
That's why it sounds so bad. It's so hollow.
Hey, what's up, Jeff? Down is up, or down is up. I'm fucking backwards. Hey, Michael Synthall in the chat. Thanks for us watch along. Many a night I thought, man, I can't wait to see Midnight 2.
And now how do you feel?
I'm entertained. I might.
No.
I might check out the 90-minute rough cut. Because how much more rough can it get? That's what I'm kind of curious about.
I have to say, just like with Mystery Science Theater, having to watch this totally by myself would be more depressing. This,
It would
this
have you
is this is fun,
questioning your life decisions,
pretty
probably.
much. Because I'd be nitpicking even more than I already am.
But our saving grace is this movie's only got five minutes left, so it went by pretty fast.
What's the running total again? What's
Uh,
the
1 hour 8 minutes.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Ed, I must have missed that. No, all right, this is not a bad shot.
That's all right.
It's been done a billion
It's
times,
actually
but
on a dolly now. I mean, this
yeah,
is an
it's
actual tracking shot.
something cinematic about this.
I mean, it's not totally in focus, but baby steps, right?
Yeah, come on.
Get your dolly working, then work your focus, then get better light.
It's going a little long, but
That way they're padding for. They want that 1 hour 8 minute running time. So
yeah.
sound effects.
And I just sound like you gotta love those sound effects. It's like somebody with a microphone just
It's
making
like
noise
something
with their mouth.
like a really bad video game.
Yeah.
I mean, he's clearly watched American Psycho, right? I'm a tapist, right? This is this line.
He has morals.
Yeah,
He knows there's a line. Caught
that's
in a
right.
trap.
Well, that's right. American Psycho is 2000. Did American Psycho rip this off?
Oh, I would love that. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
Mary Herron's like, oh, I saw this movie Midnight too, and I was
yeah.
like, that's what I
I'm a
meant to
big
do.
John A. Russo fan, and I just had to steal some ideas from him.
I paid homage.
I mean, he's lucky he doesn't
Well, that
get
ain't
beaten
her.
up getting everyone's face on the camera like that, just randomly.
They don't seem to mind. They're just like,
Yeah.
all right. You know the perfect ending for this movie? He's walking up. Eugene Clark is standing there.
Eugene Clark.
And
And he goes,
turning that off.
yeah, you can't turn that off. Exactly.
Well, that was Midnight 2.
Wow.
Sex, Death, and Videotape.
So he was Jeannie Brown back then.
Mm-hmm. This music kind of sounds very... I missed Bob Michelucci. I didn't see him in there, but... sounds very Paul McCullough, Night 90.
Was Michelucci the guy with the glasses on that we thought was somebody else?
It said guys playing football or something. It must have been
okay.
like in a park or something.
Well, that's like The Room, right? Guys playing football.
Yeah. Edited by J.R. Bookwalter. All right.
I mean, the poor guy, he's made some good stuff, and he had to do this.
Hey, a job is a job.
I guess.
Sound by Scooter Quaylar.
Quaylar? Wow.
Scooter Quaylar. I used to go to school with him. Handgun provided by Robert Bookwalter. This sounds just like Night 90. The end of Night 90.
Similar, yeah.
The music at the end of that.
Amiga 2000. So that's why the things look like this. He used the video toaster.
There you go.
But video toaster
all
looks so
makes
much better
sense
than
now.
this. Yeah. All the Bookwalters came out. Look at that. They're so proud.
The whole family got involved. Bless their hearts. All right. Well, thoughts?
Wow. Oh, there you go. Dead Next Door. See, they had clips of the Dead Next Door in here. I didn't even notice
Maximum
that.
Impact. All right. Midnight 2. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for Midnight 3 now. I got to see
Yeah,
where
sure.
the next
I mean,
next
again, I
part of the
couldn't
story
watch it
goes.
straight. I had to watch on this kind of a scenario, but
Well, there is a 90-minute rough cut if you ever want to tackle that.
I would love to hear about the differences.
I mean, it's an extra 30 minutes. I don't know what the hell else, like, what 30 minutes more of this movie would include. I don't think it would. I don't know. I'm morbidly
Like 20
curious
minutes, right?
one.
It'd be like 20 minutes more.
Yeah, about so. Although this one says 72 minutes, so I don't know. Maybe there's like 5 minutes more that was not included on this YouTube version. But
Wow.
I don't know. It was fun. I had fun.
It was definitely fun, yeah.
It was trash, but
it's fish in a barrel, right? It's like one of the worst Lloyd Kaufman type things where you can just call everything out wrong with it, and
Yeah.
it's too easy, but it's fun too. So yeah.
Well, I mean, again, like I said, you can't say that Russo isn't what's the word? Productive, I guess.
He is
the
prolific.
man gets shit made.
Had
Yeah,
many movies. Yeah.
And this is one, like, because I had watched not too long ago, before I even knew about this, I watched that documentary on John Russo that just came out a few years ago, I guess. My Life with the Living Dead or something, I think is what it was called. And they kind of went through his filmography chronologically, and this was never brought up. So I mean, I guess you can understand why. I don't think Russo. This is one that Russo's like, oh yeah, that's a classic.
He has a ongoing conflict with J.R. Bookwalter, so nobody talks about it. So
Oh, is that true?
No, I'm just,
I was gonna say that's interesting.
I
want to hear about that.
Yeah, right. Get the or it's some kind of kayfabe thing, right? So the
yeah,
some kind of beef.
Yeah, it's interesting that he was that Bookwalter was as involved with this as he was. No,
Yeah, Dead Next Door is great. I saw that on Shudder. Joe Bob presented that, and I got to see it there, and it was great.
That's kind of one of those like no budget horror films that is highly regarded by most people. So,
and just for a moment, compare someone from a much different era, Herschel Gordon Lewis, all shot on film, obviously because of the time, very low budget, but like proper camera moves, tripod, framing,
yeah, and I don't
cinematography,
and I don't think
like
that's ever been Russo's strong suit.
No, not at all.
Is his filmmaking capabilities. I think that's why Night of the Living Dead works, is because it was George's craftsmanship and his his filmmaking ability that makes that movie work. If that was a Russo film, it would have been something, it wouldn't have been what it was.
But even take something like Spookies, which is, a fun, low budget, like horror movie with a bunch of monsters in it and stuff. It's competently shot, and it's meant for kids, the teenagers. It's like TNA and violence and stuff. And even TNA, people going for like popcorn movies still want to have some structure, right? And some stuff that makes sense a little bit.
Something
usually.
You can halfway follow, yeah.
Yeah, so he really was making movies for himself,
Yeah, that's always what it kind of felt like. But again, it's like Russo is a prolific writer. You got to give him that. And when he says, I'm gonna get a damn movie made, he gets a damn movie made, and you got to give him credit for that, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. I mean, he's still getting shit made today. So we'll see if Midnight 3 happens or whatever's gonna come of that, or what he's got, in the pipeline. But I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
It's just like I can make fun of David Guetta all day long. He has sold albums I haven't. So,
Right, yeah.
There you go.
Russo's done it, if nothing else. Rick saying, yes, come to think of it, Kelly was pretty nice breasts, as I remember. Okay, there you go. Thank you for sharing, sir. Congratulations on that. I'm proud of you, sir.
Very nice, yeah.
Proud of you, man. Steve says, heavenly shades of night are falling. It's twilight time. Okay. Rick says, except I do not recall bed sheets, but she liked my starch white dress shirts to wear like a nightshirt.
Oh, that's a nice look.
How starched are we talking about here, sir? Rick saying, I remember I called Kelly my little Olivia Newton-John because she was a competition figure skater and she nearly kicked my ass for it. There
Oh,
you go.
sure.
See, look, we're bringing back good memories for Rick here. If
Yeah.
nothing else tonight, Midnight 2 has brought back some fond memories for my boy. So we got something good out of it at least.
It's not all depressing. It's
Yeah. Reminiscing about the good times, Michelle having a good time. Rick's, she appreciated the fact that I thought she was very attractive. Well, I hope so. If you're dating somebody, I do hope that you think that they were attractive at least. That's like a good starting point. If you're just like, this woman's a real dog, but you know, hey, what can you do?
Yeah.
Brandon says, I almost wish I could watch along. Almost. Hey, man. You gotta. This is it's classic. It's classic Russo. It's early '90s Russo. That's what we'll call it.
Yeah, Brandon's definitely not something to aspire to, but you might learn a couple little tricks from there. Maybe a little in there. Some tiny little tricks.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't learn anything from these movies.
Of course not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm being facetious. So
I got you. Anyway, I just don't want Brandon getting any bad ideas here. Michelle's saying he's at the point. Bob was playing football. Yeah, I must have missed Bob. Yeah. I'll have to go back and watch the 90-minute version. Maybe I can. Maybe I'll spot him then. You know.
Do some frame grabs so we can see what we missed.
Rick said that was back in the Purple Rain Prince days with Madonna, Huey Lewis and the News concert days. Oh, okay. Back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Brandon, Eugene Clark ends with selling some of his items. Turns out Midnight 2 is a feature-length ad for Eugene Clark. What a twist. That's what we need. That's the twist that the movie needed. He walks up with the camera, Eugene Clark, and Eugene Clark's like, turn the camera off. And can I offer you some free tchotchkes here? Not free
One of the
tchotchkes,
songs to
but,
be on the soundtrack.
That's a good idea. I think I think Midnight 3 would be the perfect the perfect opportunity to kickstart Eugene Clark's career.
I love cash, baby.
The cash, yeah. What's his main song that's not AI? What's his main song that was like the more hit, the bigger hit of all of his stuff? What would you think?
The bigger hit? I would say like the one that I liked on that CD was called Keep the Love Flame Burning. Yeah, that's a good one. But this is like track 1. It's called I Love You #1.
It's the honest track. It's the
yeah. This is modern Eugene. So.
Yeah.
Do you need my autograph?
Now this was converted from his actual voice, right? So he does sound like that when he sings.
No.
Okay.
It's much deeper. It's more of like a Barry White type of deeper voice. I mean, it's Eugene Clark. He's a big dude. I
have to go back and listen to it. I did see him on YouTube. I haven't listened to him yet, but I have to.
You got to do it. It's classic stuff. Steven says, wow, what a film. How the Academy skipped this one is beyond me. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Especially that beautiful camera work at the end, that final shot where she's crawling, you know. That's probably, I mean, literally, that was the most cinematic thing in the movie. Like, I was like, okay, they actually kind of figured that out.
This movie didn't even get a Hubby Award from Joe Bob, right? I mean, it's that obscure. So, the Hubcap Awards.
Again, it's one of those that I'd never heard of until just a few months ago. So I don't know how many people have even heard of this fucking movie. For good reason, I guess, but maybe some dance numbers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Well, I'll check out the 90-minute version. I'll report back. I'll let you guys know. It said Midnight 3, alive at 1 a.m. It was kind of fun as a watch along. There you go.
Well, I could see a dance number with a bunch of guys with video cameras for like a fantasy scene.
A fever dream scene. Yeah, there you go. Michelle's saying, I'm so glad I stepped to watch this instead of going to bed at a reasonable time. There you go. Come on. Well, influence you to make some bad decisions. Here we go.
Did you ever see Dancer in the Dark? It's a Lars von Trier Bjork movie. It's like really depressing, really. But there's a
Well, it's
famous
Lars von
scene in it.
Trier, so that goes without saying.
There's a famous scene that literally supposedly has 100 cameras in it.
Really?
Yeah, like 100 camera angles simultaneously. It's a big dance number,
Hmm.
and it's all a blur now. I saw it a long time ago, but it was a terrible movie. But
I've never even heard of that.
yeah.
Um, Rick saying Kelly was of Italian Scottish descent, if you can imagine that natural blonde blue eyes. Rick's getting all reminiscent here. He's going
getting
back.
misty.
He's like that
Getting all
girl brought
misty,
back that girl in the movie brought back some memories for my boy. All right, Rick. Well, whenever you need to step away, sir, and take care of some business, you do you. Go
Put that
through that
Eugene Clark
Rolodex.
track on, and there you go.
There you go. See,
Yeah.
I'm setting the mood and everything. We're good
Love
to go
flame
here.
burning. Yeah.
Chelsea was definitely fun as a watch along, at least. Yeah, that's a good thing. I like, at least when I feel like it's my duty to watch all in anything related to Romero, Russo, whatever. And when I get to the shitty stuff, I'm gonna bring on Synth, and I'm just gonna say, all right, it's time to watch. Although Heartstopper is one that I need to see. That's Michelle's favorite. I got to see that one. Bloodsucking Pharaohs in Pittsburgh is another one I haven't seen. I gotta see.
Yeah.
So.
So as a fan of raccoons, working in a zoo with them, and they're also called trash pandas. In a way, for movies, I'm kind of a trash panda. I like bad movies, so
I do too. I do too. Again, this movie sucked, but
yeah,
I enjoyed it. I love bad, cheesy fucking movies. I can't help it. It's saying, yep, it's true now. Russo and Bookwalter have a feud. Let's just roll with it. All right, let's start that rumor. Let's go there. Brandon says, hey, what's your thoughts about the new Russo zombie movie? I saw something about it was like Spawn of the Living Dead or something. They announced the cast for like Bill Moseley and Kane Hodder and
I didn't see that.
Michael Berryman, I think. I don't know.
Smokes.
I don't know. Maybe it's his redemption from what they did to his Children of the Living Dead, which he hates. Yeah, I don't know much about it. That's the first I'd heard of it. I didn't even know he was working on anything new like that. But I'm sure it's gonna be, what it was. It's gonna be a Russo zombie movie. But
I mean, it's ironic
cool
if Russo
cast.
hates
It's a cool
Children of
cast.
the Living Dead because it's in the same class as these movies, right? I mean,
yeah, but it wasn't his vision though.
it wasn't, but it's almost equally bad, if not maybe worse. I don't know. I can't remember. I kind of blocked
bad.
out. I mean, the Savini stuff is great. I love the opening.
Yeah, the opening 10 minutes are great.
Stuff.
Like with Savini and like all that, like that's just fun, low budget zombie action, whatever. Like I'm cool with that. The rest of the movie is just fucking unwatchable. I watched it again not too long ago when I was on the stream with the guys over on Revival House because we talked about that last time I was on there.
Oh, okay.
They mentioned it and I was like, holy shit, I haven't talked about Children of the Living Dead in years. And so I put it on while we were watching. I was just watching. I'm just like, God, this movie is just terrible. Like, it's just nothing happening through most of that movie. Just because they ran out of... The funny thing about it is they ran out of money making that movie because they spent most of their budget on that opening 10 minutes. And then after that, and that's what they shot first, so by the time they got done shooting that, most of their budget was blown. So the rest of the movie just, suffered because of it.
I would actually like to see a video kind of like the Lloyd Kaufman one, but kind of a cautionary video about Russo movies and how not to make movies. Like always use a boom mic, always use a tripod, know about the 180 rule with cameras, right? And all the goodies that makes filmmaking what it is.
Well,
Brandon
Russo actually, like, that was kind of a big thing for him in the early 90s was teaching no budget horror movies. Like he had some like instructional books and I think maybe some videos, if I remember correctly, of like how to make no budget horror movies and to get the job done. That was kind of his kind of calling card around that time. So
but there's a certain language cinema's had for decades that everyone kind of accepts, although obviously
Russo doesn't speak it.
No, he's just like, what? Who published this? Where did this come from?
Fuck that. I'm doing what I want to do.
Like what? Is this 80 years of filmmaking or whatever it's been? It's like, I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah, I made Night of the Living Dead. I invented the modern zombie. Well, who are you to tell me how to do anything?
Yeah, exactly.
I love John.
I do too.
He's
Yeah.
Yeah, Bonnie. An example of what not to do. That'd be a good title for that.
Yes.
Steven says maybe a funnier turn for 3, Midnight 3, The Hunt for Wilson Pickett. Okay.
No.
Hey, shoot these ideas over to Russo. I'm sure he'll use some of them. Brandon saying strange. It seems Russo is getting a zombie movie made in Twilight of the Dead still in limbo. Yeah, I don't know. It's amazing to me that Russo has over the years gotten as much made as he has, even for like $10,000 as Midnight 2 was. I mean, it's just like I couldn't imagine like. I don't know. Do you think George could have ever made a movie for $10,000, even if he tried? Could he have gotten something like that done?
Well, look at it this way. So,
He would have probably said, "Fuck it, I'm not doing it," like because it's
well,
gonna
look,
be shit.
Clerks was what, $24,000, something like that.
Clerks was about 40, I think,
I
altogether.
thought the initial was actually really cheap. They did some tweaks later for Miramax, but the actual production when he'd shot it was only about 24 grand. He used his film school money and some other stuff.
Yeah, he
And
maxed
then
out credit
Miramax
cards.
redid some shit and added some stuff to it with the
Yeah.
soundtrack because they had to pay for all that music. Some of that
Yeah.
music was expensive.
That was all added later to the original.
Yeah.
Clerks.
So I mean, his original thing was only in the low 20s, and so, and there are plenty of other low budget movies out there like Easy Rider was super cheap as well. So, um, yeah, George with his talent, of course. I mean, that Calgon thing was amazing. How cheap was that? You know, the Calgon story.
What was the budget on Iron City Ass Kickers? You know
that I haven't seen yet. I got to check that out.
Oh, you gotta check it out. It's like 30 minutes. It's like a concept thing for like a proof of concept thing that he did in the late 90s, like a wrestling parody show or something like that. It's but they probably shot that for 1,000 maybe at most. Like it's all low budget, not much happening there, and
That's
it's entertaining if nothing else.
If you have the gestalt of filmmaking as most of the world accepts it, about angles and lighting techniques and miking and all that kind of stuff, whether you do MOS and do proper looping at the end, or you do good on location audio, all that kind of stuff. Like my girlfriend watches these horrible Chinese soaps and stuff that are like period pieces, and some are pretty recent, like maybe 10, 15 years old. They have the best production value because they're shooting in the real ancient city locations like Forbidden City, and they have all the costumes, and they have the grandeur of the horses and all the guys with the armor and the swords and spears and stuff. But the damn audio sounded like a poorly dubbed Chinese import that was brought here, and it's made for their own audience with their own language. So here's something that looks decent, but the audio is all jacked up, and it was so distracting. I couldn't.
Well, do they do it kind of the way that the Italians used to do? And I guess they don't do it anymore. But how they would film everything, but they wouldn't shoot audio. They would just go.
Well, that's
back
the thing.
And
That's the MOS. MOS is the old style. It's called Mit out sound, is because the German guys named it that, with their bad English. And so up till except for stuff that's shot indoors, pretty much everything was shot MOS for decades until more recent times, unless you're in a controlled environment. And that's where all the looping dialogue came in and adding sound effects later, and like Coven, right? Or any of that stuff.
Man.
Yeah.
Coven sounds like oven, and we just can't have that.
It's all shot silently, and everything's added later. The dialogue's recorded. That's why he's always using a tape deck to record everything.
It's ADR work. What is ADR?
ADR and location audio and sound effects brought in later, all that stuff, right? That's traditional filmmaking. And so there's nothing wrong with that as long as you know what you're doing. But this with the on mic video camera, where you get all the ambient, the ambient noise,
especially when you're trying to shoot dialogue in front of a fountain outside.
The fountain, wind. He's in those giant those industrial rooms that have big reverb chambers.
Yeah,
it sounds terrible.
Well, even just the voiceover work sounded like it was recorded in a bathroom or something. It was just very echoey. It's like, well, what is this voiceover shit?
So, and that's like filmmaking 101. Even the cheapest damn movie can do that if you actually take the time and know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's why I think George could make a kick-ass movie for $10,000. Because he has the skill and he has the mindset and he has the knowledge.
That's a good point.
And the experience of making all this production, those like TV commercials and stuff.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on what he would be trying to make, you know.
I mean, he's not going to be doing some kind of epic thing, right?
Yeah.
But a small movie like Night of the Living Dead, if you didn't pay anybody and have minimal craft services, you could probably make for 10 grand, you know, using your friends and stuff. But maybe the acting won't be so good, but so,
Well, see, that's the thing about George too, is like he was amazing at getting great performances out of people that weren't really actors, or you would see their work after the fact, and you'd see them at other stuff, and you're like, it's just not as good. It's like most of the people in Night of the Living Dead never did anything again. Like Carl Hardman was not an actor per se,
yeah.
but but George was able to somehow make it work with these local theater actors who never really done film before. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a good point too.
And a lot of low budget
I'm
movies are made
sure
with
it
the
would be
short
better
ends.
than whatever Midnight 2 or anything like that.
You know when they shoot movies and they don't use the entire reel, and these little short ends are unused, you can collect those and shoot shorter scenes with the short ends, and it's much cheaper than buying a big roll of film.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of low budget movies have been made that way over the years to keep the budget down.
I think that's
not
what
just
they
using black and
did,
white. But
I think that's what they did a lot with Martin, if I'm remembering that correctly.
makes sense
They
because a
showed-
lot of people are doing that. It's the smart
Yeah.
thing when you have no budget or tiny budget, or you have no idea how long you can maintain it. Because sometimes movies have to be on. Dawn had to go on breaks because of the holidays and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But I mean, if they ran out of money, they would have to take breaks, right?
Yeah. Michelle, yeah, when the time comes that I do finally do a watch along of Bloodsucking Pharaohs, you're more than welcome to join on and explain to me why it's a masterpiece. I've never seen it. I don't know if it's good,
haven't either.
bad, or different or
Yeah.
whatever. So, but it's one that's always kind of been on my radar that I definitely need to see at some point. Brandon saying I feel Romero would be using crowdfunding at this point to make movies. Yeah, I think that. I think that's a really good point. I think George would love something like that. I don't think George would really get a kick out of like asking, or he would feel like he was begging for money from, but at the same time, it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like he would relish in the opportunity to make a low budget feature or low budget
Even Neil
films like
Breen
that.
uses crowdfunding. If you guys don't know who Neil Breen is, you gotta. He's a
lot
modern
of stuff
Russo.
has been a lot of stuff. Well, a lot of stuff is crowdfunded
Yeah.
now. Like a lot of bigger stuff, a lot of the stuff that you see in theaters. I think wasn't Terrifier, wasn't that originally like a crowdfunded thing?
Probably,
Or,
yeah. I think it was a short. It's kind of done like it was a bit inside of a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a wraparound thing, and one
Yeah,
of those
because
little
originally
movies
it was All Hallows Eve was the movie, and then
Yeah,
it
and he
became
was-
its own thing in Terrifier, and then I want to say that either that was crowdfunded or the sequel was crowdfunded. There's something with crowdfunding there, but yeah, a lot of films do that now.
like Evil Dead started the Within the Woods little short,
Mm-hmm.
and then they reshot Evil Dead using a lot of the same actors playing different roles,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Brandon says around the time he passed was when Kickstarter and Indiegogo were really taking off as funding options for movies. Yeah, he kind of missed out on that. Yeah. Brandon says he's probably really loved crowdfunding. No worries about appeasing some studio, and the fans would have been more than happy to see him work. Look at all the fan films that get large amounts of funding. Yeah, that's true. That is a very good point.
Russo could use GoFundMe these days, right?
Rick's, well, gents, I got to call it a night. Got to get up early in the morning. Thanks again for having me. Always a pleasure. Enjoy your trip to the mountains with the family, my friend. Good evening. Yep. Have a good night, my man. I know you got a little, got the blood flowing, memories, got the Rolodex going in your mind. So
I have to excuse myself for a while.
yeah, gents, I got to get up early in the morning. So excuse me while I got to go to bed. But have a good night, man. Hope you have a good rest of the week, my man. Always good to see you here. It said George could have done a documentary film for 10K, maybe. That's it. That's something I would have loved to have seen more, because George, of course, did the winners, the sports docs and stuff. So he had, the experience doing that.
Juice
But I'd
is
love to have
Loose.
seen- yeah, Juice is Loose. Would love to have seen some more documentary stuff from George, especially if. I just wanted to see more of his editing at some point, but I think after a while, I think when editing went more towards like computers and Final
Yeah.
Cut and all that stuff. I think George would have been out on that. But if George could still make a movie and cut it together on a on a table with the fucking splicer and all that, like he'd have probably just been happy doing that for the rest of his life.
So he did that
Um,
little recent project before he died with the guy who was in Diary of the Dead, one of the actors who became a director, and
hmm.
they were trying to reshoot a lost episode of Expostulations, and so George
Yeah,
is
whatever
actually
happened to
working
that?
with him. Yeah, and they actually shot the scene, and
Yeah,
he's sitting there watching while the guys were manipulating the nonlinear editor on the computer and stuff, and he was into it.
yeah,
He's just not doing the physical editing.
yeah. I
He's
think
just
it's just
part of it.
yeah. I think just the physical editing of it on a computer, I think would kind of. I never got the vibe that George was much of
No,
a especially when he talked about when he was going to do Resident Evil, he was like, yeah, I didn't really play the game, but I had my assistant play the game and I kind of
yeah,
watched. Or when he was doing Diary, he would talk about like social media and YouTube and stuff like that, but didn't have anything to do with it. Didn't really care about it. He was just more
yeah.
interested in the concept of it more than anything. Um,
It's like if you
so
watch
yeah,
behind the scenes of Peter Jackson doing all the Lord of the Rings stuff. He's in the room with the editors sitting there as they put it together on Avid or whatever the hell it is on the computer.
hmm,
And he's an integral part of it, but he's just not pushing the buttons, right?
yeah,
And he's down with that. So I think George would be okay with that.
yeah. Steven, of course, there's no more film now. It's all digital, and I hate that. I can just when I go see a movie, even a good movie, a movie I like everything looks the same now. Everything is digital. Everything kind of has the same look. Like
Didn't
it's not
Tarantino shoot Once Upon a Time in Hollywood on film? I thought he was still a holdout for some of
probably,
that.
yeah. He's
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
last one that will just
yeah.
strictly use film. He's anti, digital. So he's still shooting on film for the most part. You go to the movies and everything's shot on digital, so everything kind of has that same look and feel to it. And to me, it's almost uh no, I mean it's not distracting, but it's almost like I don't know. I don't feel a connection to it the same way that I do when I pop in something from the 70s or something where you could shot on film and it has every movie kind of had a distinct look depending on the budget, right? Where now, I mean, if you go really low budget, you can kind of tell, but for the most part, you can kind of make low budget films look just as good as a big Hollywood film if you have the right equipment to do it on your computer, the right software.
Well, like when guys in
Um,
Fincher were using the red cameras, like the Red Epic and some of the better red
mhm.
cameras, they have film qualities to them without all the things that hold you back about film, like the exposure issues, especially if you're doing like slow mo. Like if you watch Once Upon a Time in Mexico, when Rodriguez was using the old Sony Cine Alta cameras, the early digital cameras. Basically, at one
Mhm.
point, Lucas, Rodriguez, and a bunch of other guys bought all the Sony Cine Altas you could get because they wanted multiple cameras and stuff to be able to shoot their projects. And that was the high end at the time of of digital cinema. And they were able to do like those slow mo scenes in Once Upon a Time in Mexico without crazy changes in lighting because the cameras are so much more sensitive to light. Most slow mo stuff you see from the old days was a real pain in the ass to shoot because not
Mhm.
only is it a special setting on the camera, special equipment added to it, but the lighting had to change. Everything had to be completely dialed in. And with the digital camera, you had that flexibility to do slow mo, no slow mo, uh,
Yeah. It's
and
definitely I mean, it's definitely more time
yeah.
efficient. I mean, it's
But the
cheaper.
red
I
looks good
get it.
too. The red
Yeah.
looks. If you watch Girl with Dragon Tattoo by Fincher, it's beautiful and it's all digital. And he was actually able to shoot in natural light. There's some scenes where there's no lighting at all,
Mhm.
and it looks amazing and it looks filmic. You're not going to get that classic thing when you get in the old movies where
Yeah.
the judder. You get the judder when you pan. You get the kind of a stuttery look. It's called judder,
Mhm.
or you get the film kind of moving in the gate, or the hairs going by and all that usual shit that you get with film,
Yeah. I
which
miss
is kind of
that
fun.
though. I
It's fun.
miss
I like
that.
that. But now you can add all that shit with post, right? There's so many
Yeah,
fake.
but it's
I
just
was
not the
using
same. It's just
there
not.
was a plugin called Red Sky or something like that back in the mid '90s, mid to late '90s. It was called Red Sky, I think, and you could drag and drop film effects. It'd do
Mm,
24p. It would do graduated filter looks. It would do skip bleach. Like you don't do all that damn chemical process. You want Saving Private Ryan. You could
yeah.
play with the frame rate. You could do the skip bleach process. You could do all that cool stuff. Click, 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 and it just render time.
Mm.
And it could be done well. You just had to, you know, have the time to do it and the budget to use
I
the
kind of
tools.
like, was it, I think it was Tarantino and Rodriguez bringing those two together for in Grindhouse
Oh
to
yeah,
get that look. They actually took the film out into a parking lot and just roughed up the film to give it that worn
sure.
look to it. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
I appreciate shit like that.
But skip bleach was a
Um,
very costly process because if you screwed up that film, you had to reshoot it
mm-hmm.
because you're doing it to the original.
Mm,
It's this where you wash the silver
yeah.
process, the silver nitrate, and that you're skipping that bleaching process, and it gives you that special desaturated look that made Saving Private Ryan kind of a standard look.
Mm.
And if you do that wrong, you're kind of you
It's a
have to
very,
reshoot stuff.
yeah, it's a dangerous proposition.
Yeah.
Brandon says Terrifier 2 was crowdfunded for about $200,000. That's what I was thinking. Then it went on to make 15 million at the box office. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It was Terrifier 2, but I also think like there were some other ones that I've seen here recently. It wasn't what was that one about the fucking guy walking around?
Oh, the guy in the woods constantly walking
Yeah,
around. Yeah, I
what
finally just
was
saw that. It was actually pretty interesting.
I think
In a
that was
Violent Nature.
crowdfunded. In a Violent Nature, that's what it was. I
Yeah,
think that was
yeah.
crowdfunded as well. If I'm not mistaken.
It just had to be shorter and have like better acting in it. Basically, I think.
Yeah, it was a novel concept. I
Yeah,
liked the concept, but it just went on too long and didn't go anywhere for
yeah.
my in my opinion. Steven says Neil Breen. Never thought I'd hear that name on a Romero podcast.
Oh yeah, Neil Breen is a classic. You guys, you got to get some Breen. He's amazing.
Brandon says Mr. Science Theater many years ago funded an entire season on Kickstarter. I think they raised 12 million or
They
something.
still are. They keep doing them.
So yeah, you can do it if you can get the crowdfunding behind it. Ed says Robert Zemeckis talked about losing shots because of film jams in the camera, especially used cars. That's why he was one of the first to embrace digital. Yeah, I mean that's you
Well,
never
if you
know
ever
what you
watch
get until
behind the
they
scenes
actually
footage, they
process the
say
film.
check the gate after every take because
Mhm.
that you're looking for hairs and other crap, and the film itself as it goes through that gate with the optical path. If it's
Mhm.
messed up in the camera, your shot is ruined. So you have
You
to
know,
always do that check the gate crap. You know.
well, I can guarantee you that John Russo never said that a day in his life.
Oh no, that added to the quality of it. You know, is the gate messed
It
up?
gives
Perfect.
gay gives a character. Who needs that? Michelle says, "Got to turn in now. The cat has spoken. Thanks for a fun watch along, guys. Have a good rest of your night." See you, Michelle.
Good times.
Have a good night. Yeah. So yeah, this is fun. Thank you again for doing this, Synth. I appreciate it.
I'm kidding.
Um,
I'll do this any old time. This is as like I said, as painful as this would be to watch by myself. It's
That's my
infinitely
thinking.
better. You know.
That's my thinking. If I'm gonna watch these, I'm gonna do it watch along. It's better if I have somebody to fucking clown around with, because I've done these like I did when I do watch alongs by myself, and I'd watch like the original Midnight or something. Like yeah, after a while, it's just kind of like, oh geez, like how much more time we got here. But watching these movies with like the Majorettes, last one we did, this one,
Yeah.
it's like it just flew by, and it was just a blast. So I appreciate it, man.
And again, not that we're film experts, of course, but it is also educational because you're showing what not to do when you make a film. And it's
Exactly.
mostly pretty obvious. We don't have to call out too much. I think most people can pick it up on it, but it's fun to bring it up anyway. Talk about it. Talk about examples where people didn't do that.
Yeah. It's like, this
it's
sucks, but why does this suck? That's
exactly, yeah. So we're also providing a service.
exactly. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'll be off this weekend. No stream this weekend. I'll be up in the mountains somewhere hopefully not being eaten by bears or something like that, and having a good time somewhere. So won't be back. If I can get my computer, hopefully my charger will be in, so I can get my work computer up and going, and I can get. I got a couple of videos to put out, but I got to finish them, and I can't do that if my computer's fucking dead. So I'm gonna try to get those finished and up by this weekend, hopefully. So keep an eye out for those. Like the videos, subscribe to the channel, all that fun shit. Shop.alpharomero.store. Appreciate
And
everybody in the chat as always. Go ahead,
and just
Synth.
for fun, I'm still working on uploading the Dawn LDW stuff. I still haven't had time to look at. So
Yes, you
keep your
need to
eyes
do
peeled for
that.
that. I have Larry's tour. I have a bunch of stuff I still need to upload from this year. I may do an astronomy
Johnny.
thing from Yosemite in the next couple of weeks, but in about 2 weeks I'll be in China. And if I get an eSIM that works
That's
correctly,
right.
I'll do live streaming from China. So look for that.
Hell yeah, man. That'll
Yeah.
be fucking. That's the thing. Like Synth will pop up anywhere. You never know where Synth will be live streaming from. So check him out at SynthAddict over on his
I'm
channel.
shooting B-roll for
Um,
another film. I can green screen everybody into the thing. So, so
and you just did. Is it on your channel? The video that you and Paul did to Carpenter's
oh
Escape from New
yes,
York.
yeah. So Paul Farber suggested a project we should work on, which is a great idea. I can't believe I didn't think about it. But is let's start doing some collabs. And so I already had a John Carpenter cover of Assault on Precinct 13 main title. And I said, instead of me remaking it, because I had limited time last few weeks, see what you tell them, grab the one I have on YouTube, see what you can come up with, do your live drumming jam on top of that, and then I will mesh the two together. And not only did he play an amazing performance, kind of Bill Bruford style drums, but his cue point he played with was different than the cue point that I did when I rendered the video.
Hmm.
And so there was like a surprise to him, and it actually really worked, I think. So we were
Yeah.
both happy with the final thing, and it wasn't the exact cue point he used. So that's another fun thing about collaborations is you can not only share stuff together and get interested in making something new out of something old, but you can also surprise each other and come up with
Mm-hmm.
different ways to attack things.
Yeah, you
And
guys
so
should definitely do some more of that.
we're
Definitely,
doing more,
because
yeah,
it
for
turned
sure.
out turned out really good. It was
Yeah,
really
it's a
cool.
lot
So
of
everybody
fun.
go check that
Yeah.
out as well. Really fun stuff. Um, but yeah, that'll be it for us tonight. Thanks everybody for watching along. We have been watching, as they say at the end of every Dario film, it's like you have been watching Midnight 2 by John Russo. Appreciate everybody in the
Thanks
chat.
for being Russo to everybody. It's great
Yes,
fun.
thank
So
you for joining us on this trip into insanity. But appreciate everybody as always. You guys have a great rest of the week, great rest of the night. Stay safe, stay prepared, but always stay scared.